retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. For your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, creep to their knees. Take the fantasy.
Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here with Lotus. We're a lonely duo tonight, aren't we, Lotus? It's you and I, and very exciting matchups, shall I say. We've got first up G7 Esports versus the monster of a team, Equilibrium. Winners of the previous MSA, winners of pretty much everything right now. So, well, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for G7 Esports. But if I have faith that they can put up a fight, but against Equilibrium, gonna be difficult. We have seen them in a lot of games, especially in the IESF matches, Lotus. What are your thoughts on this match?
To be honest, I don't know much about G7 Esports, but I also heard that not many people do know about them. So seeing that they have a bit of an advantage on that because no one can really do homework on them or really know how to counter them, whilst everyone knows everything about Equilibrium. So that gives them a slight advantage, but like you said, it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I do know G7 Esports. Now that I look at the names of the players, their Madagascan side did quite well in the LDS league. They showed a lot of potential, a lot of promise, and I'm sure they've been preparing for this particular match. But Lotus, let's head into the drafting phase as it's time for the game. So not much of an introduction, but it's into the match we go. And Nairo from the side of G7 with the very first ban of the evening. This is Group H, everybody. Day one, the very first, the opener of Group H, the final group in the group stages. So exciting stuff going to be happening right now. Nairo goes for the Uranus ban. So it goes to show G7, they've been checking up on what's happening in this current meta. Uranus, this is like an unkillable, like a boogeyman almost on that XP lane.
Well, we all know how you've been praising the Uranus hero these days, and finally we get to see someone else also valuing and appreciating this hero.
Yeah.
Lapu getting banned on the side of EQ.
So that's, in my opinion, this is my opinion. You in the chat can obviously state what you think. I think these are the two top XP laners in the meta right now, Uranus and Lapu.
Well, to be honest, I would easily agree with you there. It's just we don't get to see Uranus a lot. I think that's also because no one really played him before, so everyone spent all the in-game currency on other heroes. Now no one has the currency to buy this epic hero. But Hayabusa also getting banned by the side of G7 Esports.
Well, that could
What do you think about Hayabusa, Percy?
So Hayabusa is definitely the top 3 jungle picks at this moment in time. Very high contestation rate in the MSC and other pro tournaments. So definitely a good ban. At the same time, it's an even better ban because if G7 Esports was following the games of Equilibrium, they would know how very deadly Lindo is on that Hayabusa.
That is true, but Lindo is extremely dangerous on several heroes. But I think the ones that stand out the most would be Hayabusa and Joy.
Yeah, his Joy gameplay.
His form.
His Joy gameplay is quite good. Fanny as well. Fanny as well. But the Matilda ban I'm liking. Matilda is one of those picks that synergize extremely well with the tankier meta. And Fredrin has slowly, I think without too many people taking notice of
Time
it.
to drop the
Fredrin's
beat of
just
the
been
clock.
straight into the meta once more. He's definitely back. I mean, we saw the games yesterday. That Appraiser's Rat deadly. That Appraiser's Rat double smack where we got that double kill in the mid lane, if you remember. That was definitely on point. Coming out from which team was that? That played the Fred in that game? I think it was Backstreet Boys.
Yes, I think you're right. It was Backstreet Boys versus Reverse Push, I think.
Yeah. So the
So
joy.
Carmilla was so low health.
Yes. No health. And the
And she
chicken.
literally walked back to her
If you cannot both.
Yeah, it's like one smack on the head. So we've got the Joy ban coming out. Oh, Joy took a big nerf, right? I thought the nerf might have knocked her out of the S tier, but according to the Joy mains, which would be, well, mainly Seppi, it's like, no. But I don't know whether I should be trusting Seppi's word on this, because he has an obvious bias towards Joy.
Crowned by heaven's mandate.
But sometimes there's a
My
reason why
legacy
people have a
shall
bias towards a
endure.
certain hero. Joshua picking up the Zetian first pick.
Zetian.
Okay.
Sorry?
Thorns remain.
No, I just said like,
Petals
okay.
fall.
Oh yeah. Zetian is very, very strong. Her ultimate is one of the most broken ultimates in the game. That the damage is not really the interesting part about it. The CC, the crowd control from there is, but it's that global vision that comes out. Now we see Lindo going for that Lancelot pick, and Lancelot, I mean, after the recent updates, is most definitely back in the meta.
I do agree with you there, but in Lancelot and Lindo's hands, this is gonna be amazing to see. Super Light's picking up the Badang.
So a bit of a flex pick here by Superlight. The Badang, as we know, XP lane or Roam.
See value in me?
As we see, this is why that ban
You
from the
should.
side of Equilibrium, that Matilda ban, so very clever. Because if you think about it, they seem to have known that G7 like to go a bit tanky, so Nairo locking onto the Fredrin. Fredrin Matilda is a deadly combo. Not saying Fredrin Kalia is not a deadly combo, but Fredrin Matilda it definitely is. She provides what Fredrin is missing in terms of disengage. Like he can engage, he can control, and then if he's in a bit of trouble, he doesn't have skills that allow him to really disengage. One small dash, but that's not really a proper disengage skill.
He lacks a lot of mobility. And like you said, Matilda gives him that and that ability to disengage. So that's the one problem, but we've also seen that combo a lot in the MSA recently.
Yeah, definitely true. So I'm just reading the live chat. Unite is trolling his own squad mates here and saying he hopes G7 wins. And DT David with DBZ winning the entire MSA. So nice bans coming out so far from both teams. So far, Lotus. Like Farsa, again, my opinion, #1 mage in the server. Iratel, definitely up there with one of the stronger marksman picks you can get. Adds that degree of mobility. Can if you use her properly, you can actually be in position for the very first turtle of the game. You know, using that river speed, she's got such high movement speed. She can leave the gold lane and make it all the way across to that first turtle. And I'm sure you would agree with me, having a number advantage at the first turtle is kind of crazy.
Yes, and we have seen that example a few times. I think it was also yesterday, where the Aerithel was just doing what you say an Aerithel usually does. But Arlott getting banned from the side of EQ is also pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Arlott is... Well, we saw Arlott in the hands of Mumik. Personally, I'm not a fan of the damage Arlott, but Mumik kind of made me change my mind a little bit there. I was like, oh my days, Arlott is so deadly.
Need no protection from the rain.
But it sometimes is like with an Arlott, you can't always damage. Like I'm pretty sure Mimic also changes his build according to the match, the way the match is going, and whether he has an advantage or not.
Agreed. So, with Mr. Anti-Heal himself, Boccia being banned out by the side of G7 Esports, it's giving EQ the potential to pick up that Minotaur pick, which we know Minotaur, since this recent updates, just works so well into the sustained meta.
That is true, and recently we've also seen the Minotaur and Badam combo that pairs almost nicely as the Gato and Badam.
The southern seas are
Deciding
my
here to go for the
domain.
Kadita instead, so just flexing that a little bit, and because Kadita is gonna give heroes like Zetchian and also the marksman pick for the side of G7, which is for Poisiol. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows how to pronounce that better. And I'm loving this Florin pick. So G7 Esports, they definitely knew what they were doing in the drafting phase. They knew they wanted the Florin, so they said, let's get rid of Mr. Anti here.
Is my life.
But they are not taking up a marksman, rather going for the Harris. That might bite them, shoot them in the foot a bit. But I also noticed that they're gonna put the Kalea on the XP line.
Well, to deal with the Badang, there was a potential that they could have went Fulvius on the XP lane as a hard counter to the Badang. Harith being picked up just to deal with the Granger on the gold lane. We know it's going to be Super Shady, as always, on the gold lane. So Super Shady right now is the #1 jungler and #1 marksman in the server. And we've seen him do some mental things on the Granger. And, well, we've seen Granger as a hero do some mental things across the games coming up, leading up to this moment.
So pairing up the Granger and the Shady, this is gonna be a bit I
Scary.
like to say fun to watch, but it's, yeah, scary.
Scary. And the final pick is Velocity on that Cho that he's very famous for. In the previous tournament that Equilibrium won, it was Velocity on the Cho setting up some fantastic plays. He will be trying to target the Florin and Harith, and look at that from Teal and Poisiel. Going for the Purify spell just to deal with the Way of the Dragon that's coming out. And the Petrify combo that can come in from Juju MC on that Kadita. Because Kadita is definitely something that the Florin needs to be worried about.
Kadita is something that everyone always has to be worried about.
Yeah. But I'm loving the drafts of these two teams. I cannot tell you between the two drafts which I prefer more. It's some excellent drafting here. And but always the draft is the draft, and it does set you up for victory. However, it's execution that we're gonna be on the lookout for to see who is gonna win.
To be honest, in draft alone, I would favor the side of Equilibrium, but it looks like Florin is already almost taken down by this Cho.
Yeah, nice camp out there by Velocity. Knowing that he can be somewhat aggressive in the early game, using that, because Cho does a lot of damage, has a high degree of mobility, forcing the Florin back, and at the same time, based on the movement, as we can see, just scouting out both the Litho and the blue buff, so they know that there's a potential chance for a counter jungle.
And Badam also making a lane cut here in the bottom lane.
There's the space created. They force the Florin back. The engagement here is here onto the Fredrin. Zetchian wants to come in here. Who has the red tree? It's going to be Lindo. Nice jungle invade, and it's continuing, but it looks like Budairo went in there to try to do something. He gets taken down. Badang Superlight with a beautiful rotation across there is going to be taken out quite low. He uses the flicker to get back to safety. So this is some excellent teamwork.
That is true, but something that most players will agree on after playing against Equilibrium is how aggressive they are.
Yeah, but the Florin making the decision to stick around here in the gold lane and put a lot of pressure onto Super Shady. Harith just waiting but I don't think he can really dash in here underneath the turret as Velocity wants to make the movement across. So things not quite out of control yet for the side of G7 Esports. They still got their heroes and can get things set up, but just that little bit of space, the poke damage onto the Florin created that problem where, as you can see, there is a bit of a level gap between the junglers. Lindo is already level 5, but will be approaching close to level 6. Turtle being started and pushed up. There's Joe once in more. Oh, but it's Khadija. She's gonna pop that rough waves with the Badang first crack combination. Nicely done by the side of Equilibrium. And oh, look at that from Lindo once again. The invade. There's the knock up. They want to chase. Second skill comes out. And the heals from the Florin, not just online yet. I mean, she's going to be trying to get that Flask of Oasis. So pressure mounting here in the early game for the side of G7.
Wow. Almost 3 minutes in and it's already 4-0, and Linda didn't decide to take the turtle first. They decided to win the team fight, go for the red up and then go for the turtle.
Yeah, very good decision there. So what G7 Esports will be looking to do now is they need to slow this game down. There's a huge gap in the jungle at this moment in time in terms of level. Oh, once more there's the blue buff stolen. It's going to be the rough waves coming through, but down in the mix there, just trying to protect the Kadita, and Juju MC escapes with just a sliver of health.
But I gotta give it to G7 Esports. The fact that they managed to get EQ's members' health so low.
It is a Seven Force coming out from the Harith as they're dancing around. Velocity has to flicker back. He's taking a lot of damage in here. Lindo, he's caught out in the bush, throws the second skill. He does have the ability to try to escape. His teammates coming in to create the pressure, as it's going to be Super Shady and Velocity who create the space here for Lindo. Lindo's dancing around. He's so low. Oh my goodness. Why is that here now? Could be the end of it, but he almost runs around and kills Teal on that Florin.
Good escaping abilities coming out from this Harith and the Florin managing to stay alive. Almost, but still alive.
Yeah, Kadita trying to pick up Jojo as he made the rotation across, but look at the pressure being placed onto Fred in the jungle. He's not being able to allow to breathe. The tunnel's being taken down. There's the Seven Force rough waves come through. Oh my goodness, Super Shady, so low. But I will say, Harith in the 2v1 situation did as well as he could. Almost taking down the Granger, but the quick hands from Shady keeping him alive.
That is true. They Equilibrium managed to pick up another 2 kills, but also a 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, there's the concealed play. They're going into the Florin. She went to check the bush. There's the way of the dragon, but the Purify does come out. However, Lance has the ability to get the pick up. More pressure being placed here in the blue buff. There's but down, he lands that second skill. Knock out from Kadita, rough wave star, follow up, double kill, Juju MC. Fight continues, Granger picks off another, and it's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange in the jungle of G7 Esports. Pressure being placed. Cho into the front line. Velocity wants to try to get in on that Florin once more, but knowing that the Florin, he doesn't have the way of the dragon, so there's no real kickback. Oh, there's the Tsunami Slam onto Lindo. He's taking a lot of damage. He's so low, but he does have the move. But oh my goodness, there's a flicker play coming through. First kill on the board. We have the dragon. The knock up from the Kadita and the Badang in there to just allow Super Shady to get that kill. Moving like a hunting down everybody here is Equilibrium.
That was beautiful coming out from the Kaleo, but she had to chase the kill and paid with it with her life.
Oh, what a play from Juju MC. He was so low. He was literally 1 hit away. Goes in under the turret, pops the rough waves and manages to disengage.
The plays coming out from these members, especially also G7 Esports, and that Supernova managing to take down Lindo. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's just G7 Esports have been impressing me with their drafting, especially. It's just like up against Equilibrium. Equilibrium is just so difficult to beat right now. There's the rough waves combos as they pick off the Florin once more. They're just so difficult to beat. But I think into the following games that we will see from the side of G7 Esports, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. Oh, there's the pickup underneath the turret. Velocity gets the kill. Lindo taking that Harrod down extremely low. Managed to get back out from the damage underneath the turret. And Cho comes in there to get the final pickup.
G7 Esports is making sure to stay alive for as long as they can. So if they can get more fed, they can even stay a lot longer alive.
Yeah, Fury of the Phoenix does come out. No one was really bunched up for it to be completely effective. Super Light here wants to try to set something up. Joe goes in. There's the Way of the Dragon. Oh, but the Tsunami Slam as a counter response. But at the same time, the first crack comes through, and it's going to be a 2-for-nothing exchange as Equilibrium managed to get those kills and disengage. Oh, there's Lindo into the mix. He takes down Jojo. He wants to continue this fight, but he has to be careful of that CC that comes through from the Kalea. So ups to disengage and just continue taking a tier 3 talent, a tier 2 talent.
And they also managed to take 2 of the golden inhibitor shields. This does give them a good position to take down the 3rd tier turrets and maybe even end the game.
Unstoppable for Shady on that Granger. How extremely fed he is. He is, how many items here? He's got 3.5, excluding the boots. He's really dishing out the damage. Oh, godlike for the Granger. It was Lindo setting it up. And Super Shady knocking them down. Lots of pressure being placed. It's only the Florin left alive. There's a wave in here. All we see, Equilibrium lock on. They do have the opportunity to end this. They're going for a bit more kills. Lindo's into the backline. Does he have the second skill to escape the damage? He should be able to. Throws the second skill. Gets another kill. It's the double for Lindo. The base is open. Super Shady is quite low. We should see the end now. And it's first game. First blood the way of Equilibrium in potentially record-breaking time. I know Saints set the record. What was it? 8 something or the other.
They were, it was 8 minutes and 50 or 40 seconds.
Oh, then I think that EQ just outside the timing there. So quite a strong performance from them. Juju MC picking up the MVP on that Kadita 8-0 and 11. Those rough waves really were rough.
That is true. But I think Equilibrium was more in G7's jungle than they were in their own.
Well, that early game, if you have the players with the individual skills to put a lot of pressure in the jungle, because they got to have that technical skills or map awareness, I mean, why not take advantage of it? It's if you can start snowballing from the early game as they did, it just makes the potential for victory all the more better, or easier.
True.
So as things stand, we will be waiting for the teams to ready up. Just make sure that we've got the swap on the sides. Right, everything is taken care of. We've got everything set and ready. We're gonna head very shortly into the second game, G7 Esports up against Equilibrium. For those of you tuning in a little bit late, Equilibrium, very dominant performance in the first game, drawing first blood, so they're leading this best of 3. 1-0. We will be heading into the next match. This time round, Equilibrium will have the first picks and first bans.
A lot of people like having the first pick because then you can use that extremely strong flex for a good flex pick. But I also like it when teams have the last pick because they can have a hero that then works for their draft but also focuses on countering the entire enemy's draft. Or the majority at least.
Yeah. So Mr. Wick says that the record that he's seen so far was done by Equilibrium in the MSA, which was an under 6 minute game. I don't think I've ever seen an under 6 minute game. That'd be nice to see.
They run.
Wait, I'm just checking. There seems to be some issues with lag, but okay, I'm just checking to see if all the stats are correct. Yeah, we're on the right server. Everything is set the way it's supposed to be set. So, I'm not sure. why there's a bit of a lag issue. There's some swap outs coming in from the side of G7 Esports. They do say that the MS is sitting in the red. So, well, these swap outs should be able to help them.
Well, I do hope so because I really liked some of the plays coming out from this team. So I cannot wait to see how they fare up against other teams, especially teams a bit more matched. I mean, Equilibrium is right now in Dominance Rex, while the majority of the other teams are still on T-Rex level. So putting T-Rexes versus T-Rexes together is a lot better than putting a T-Rex versus an Indominus Rex.
Yeah, Equilibrium has been, as we've seen in the games we've featured from them so far. Notice we can just tell the referee already. They've been very, 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 very strong. But what impressed me about G7 Esports so far was their drafting. That was beautiful drafting. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love that drafting. But let's head into this next drafting phase, and we'll take a look at what this will bring for us. So Super Shady this time around with the first ban for the side of EQ.
They might be going for a respect ban, but one thing I've always associated with Equilibrium is banning out a Matilda. So I was 5-manning a few.
Matilda's a pesky hero. She's got that ability to just cause a bunch of chaos when
If you cannot buff.
with the shields she provides and the escapability factor.
That is true. But I was 5-manning with a team ago, and the people on my team were relatively high when it comes to ranked. And so we went into a match game, and they were saying we're against EQ because probably of the timers. But when I saw no Matilda ban, I immediately said it's not Equilibrium.
Yeah, they do love that ban. So EQ going for the Amon ban, I think this could be a potential respect ban coming through. Amon, strong, but I don't know if he has the skill sets for the 5-man. So not because he doesn't have the damage output, and in the right hands can be very deadly. It's just that Amon has a lot of counters.
Time to drop the beat.
That is true. And sometimes he just gets caught out too easily.
But like any hero in this game, in the right hands can prove to be extremely deadly. The drafting or the ban so far, very similar to the first match, just the order being switched up. So that would mean we would expect to see a Hayabusa ban coming through at some point in time. And a Lapu as well. But I don't know. EQ this time around, they have that first pick, so they might want to leave one of the meta XP lanes open and force G7 Esports to use one of their bans to deal with it.
Might be so, but Equilibrium did ban out the Florin. The Florin was a bit pesky in the previous match.
No one can escape my
Florin is one of those heroes. Well, she's not good in the early game because she doesn't have the greatest mobility. Her heal's not out there, but not really online. She's got a bit of a stun, but nothing major. It's the moment she picks up the flask and then the oracle that follows that. That is the moment the game changes. So whenever you have a Florin in the team, you're trying to plan to get your team still in the mix by the time you hit the mid-game spike. Once you hit that mid-game power spike, it can be really GG's for anybody.
I do agree with you there. Teal and Supernova getting the next band's picks for their side. So, what do you think about Equilibrium going with a 1-1 first pick?
1-1. Well, it's super shady. So you know, he's got that little bit of swagger to his gameplay. He believes he can go and kill anybody or anything, which could possibly be true based on the evidence that we have seen. So I'm not a fan of picking a MM first up, but you know, I'm not super shady. So I wouldn't want to buy a first pick. This time around, we see the Lancelot swapping hands. Teal wants to go in for that Lance pick. That could be quite a strong one, especially up into a 1-1. Because if the Lance can land that second skill properly before she gets the crossbow tanks out, it could be goodbye to 1-1. So Mr. Wick with the... I think Lotus may have frozen on me. See if she can get herself back. So for the female caster here is Lotus, and James, to answer your question, it was Equilibrium who won the first game. They are leading this best of 3 1-0. And Mr. Wick, perhaps they can go for the sustainable 3-2 lineup. Very, very possible, but based on what we can see so far, I know you sent the message earlier before we could see what we can see in terms of the drafting. We've got Lancelot up against a higher booster, so they're going to be going for the full-on damage comp. With Jojo picking up the Kimmy. Kimmy's a slight flex pick. I know Seppi always loves to have that Kimmy being picked up in the gold lane, but she's one of the most picked mid laners in the pro scene right now. And Tia Ray with one of my favorite picks right now, especially into heroes like Kalia. In the early game, if you place that Bashir on Rome, I mean, this is a straight out anti-heal, walking anti-heal. You don't even need Dominance Ice, you just need to proc his passive, and he's just going to be reducing the amount of heals, which Kalia already had a problem with since there was a nerf on the amount of heals, so she's not as sustainable in the early game as she once was. So the Basha pick into the Kalia, especially if it's going to be a Rome v Rome situation here, is quite a clever one from the side of G7.
Well, I just think the Kaleo would be put on the Rome, especially because, as we said before, as she doesn't have that amount of sustainability that she had previously. So now she fits a bit more into the Rome position than in the position.
Yeah, especially considering based on the ban so far, Farsa being the last ban, and well, I totally agree with the Farsa ban. It's just she's a monster of the gold lane. Especially considering there are some monsters in the XP lane still available.
True, I mean, there's still the Lapu Lapu, the Yuzong,
Wipe out
Ruby.
all the injustice in the world.
I remember you Ruby last night. What was that Ruby on? That was DBZ.
I mean, Ruby Maniac.
Ruby Maniac. Vegeta from DBZ. Well, for the first time he managed to steal the show away from Goku. I don't think they had a Goku in the lineup, did they?
No, I don't think they did.
Alright, so respect ban coming out here from the side of G7, getting rid of Velocity's Cho. They were suspecting that Kalia a little bit of a flex pick. I will agree with you, Lotus, when you say Kalia is not the best on the XP lane anymore, because we have this monster quartet, shall we say. So definitely suspecting that if you wanted to have the Kalia as a flex pick, let's just remove the Cho from the equation, so we know exactly where you're going to be not forced, but sort of forced to place that Kalia pick.
True, but even though they think the Kalia would also go into the Rome, we all know that Velo TC also has a lot of other good roamers in his arsenal. So sometimes you can't always specifically pick just one hero to ban out.
Agreed. But at the same time, they know that the Cho is a counter to Lance, is a counter to the Kimmy as well, because if he can get close to land the way of the dragon, looks like we're gonna have a Basha on the XP lane, and Supernova going in for an Atlas pick. Atlas, I'm not too sure about, because this is gonna Atlas, when he's going in with that second skill of his, you know, that extra mobility when he moves fast and tries to get the fatal links involved. The 1-1 has the ability to proc her her ultimate very easily on Atlas.
True. Also, I'm not a big fan of Atlas picks in the 5-man team, just because he's also extremely vulnerable as a tank, if I can say that. So I think they'll want to put the Basha in the front line and have
Pray every
Atlas with the counter engage.
Yeah, and so Equilibrium, go for the God pick. That is one of the ways you can deal with Basha, though God might have not the easiest time in the world dealing with a Lance because he doesn't have the mobility to escape the full-on combination from the Lance. There's a flicker in there, but let's get to see. Super Light locks onto that Yuzong, so that gives the Marksman and the Mage a bit of a pause for a cause, because you've got to really worry about him diving into the backline of that Black Dragon form.
That is true, but I'm extremely glad that G7 did not decide on a Mia. I mean, they are playing against Equilibrium. If they play a Mia that takes forever to scale, that would be extremely difficult.
Like in this matchup between Israel and Super Shady, the Brody up against the 1-1. If 1-1 can get, especially 1-1 with the Inspire, if she can get that crossbow tanks off before Brody hits the torn apart memory, it's like two ultimates that can shred you. And so it's going to be a question of who's going to land it first. This is going to be I know my eyes are definitely going to be glued to the gold lane to see this, the battle of the 1v1 here. It's definitely going to come down to a 1v1-ish battle between 1-1 and Brody, Super Shady and Poisel.
But to be honest, my eyes are going to be on the Basha and the Yuzong. I mean, you said it yourself, Basha is the anti-heal king. So putting him up versus a Yuzong, I'm kind of pretty interested to see on who would actually win that match.
Yeah. That is very true, because well, in the early part of the game, I'm looking at Super Light. Did he DC? Let's just keep an eye on the Yuzong here. Oh no, he didn't. I just saw that screen not say 0, so I was like, ooh, what's going on here? But he did not. I'm liking this. Yeah, I didn't go AFK. I'm liking this movement from Juju and Velocity. I'm not a fan of anybody, like too many people helping the jungler out at the start of the game, simply because the spawn timer has changed so dramatically.
I do agree with you there. That's why I think it's okay for them to help him with his blow buff, because that brings the mage a bit closer, not too far away from their minions. But helping at the red buff is difficult.
Yeah, so Purify comes out from the Brody. Very quick rotation there from the side of EQ. They just wanted to get a bit of poke damage onto the Brody, give Super Shady a little bit of an easier time.
But the poking continues in the mid lane.
Yeah, so Lancelot securing that. Oh, there we go. Just as I was saying, the Yuzong is stronger in the early game. It's one star, then there's a follow-up. Nice stun comes through. 2 pickup kills to the side of EQ as Supernova already in position here, trying to get something set up onto Super Shady. Lindo wants to go for a little bit of the counter invade, but Atlas needs that level 4 for him to really come online.
Yes, before that level 4, he mostly works as a sales. Okay, I don't know much about Atlas, so I would be butchering his skills.
So he's just gonna have a bit of a presence, shall we say. It's his ultimate, which is very broken, which is what causes him to have that game-changing moments. So it's all about allowing the Atlas to get to level 4. There's the engagement onto the rush out. Oh, the nice, beautiful stun into the Black Dragon form there by Velocity. They continue the engagement. Tsunami Slam comes out. God, hitting that out of his, dishing out the damage. Shady manages to win that 1v1 battle. The continuation clear underneath the turret, but the tanky boys are somehow surviving. And Velocity is taken down. However, God, he wants to get two of them. He knows he has the opportunity if he can just land those kills. And it's going to be God picking up another kill. He's so low. He's 1 HP and somehow he escaped. The stun comes through. Oh, it's going to be the Petrify that sorts out the teal on that Lancelot. But Juju gets a double kill and is taken down himself.
So, in comparison to the previous match, this is a bit more better for the side of G7 Esports. I mean, Juju was a bit too aggressive there. He overextended way too much, especially so early in the game. And G7 Esports did a good job at capitalizing on it.
Yeah, but that's a double kill going his way. I mean, if I was on the god, I'd be doing the same thing. I'm like kamikaze mode. It's just like you're gonna pick up a double kill for one death. In terms of a trade-off, the trade-off's better in your favor. Oh, 1-1 going on to the Brody second skill, but there's the follow-up from the team. 1-1, Boateng at just the right moment. Atlas does have that Fatal Link CC's up, and 1-1 is taken down. Nice outplay going there. Oh, but look at this from the god. Beautiful timing, almost taking down Supernova. Atlas using that high mobility second skill of his just to get away from that little bouncy ball from the god.
So, just 4 minutes into the game, second turtle is up in a few, but it's already 84 in the favor of Equilibrium.
Oh, Shadow Kill comes out just in time. Lindo took so much damage. That was a beautiful stunning coming out from Jojo on the Kiwi. Just to lock him into place. He couldn't land that Shadow Kill on time. But there's the engagement into the jungle. Once more, Atlas taking a bit of damage. Yuzong wants to chase down the Lancelot. Lancelot's underneath the turret. Second skill. Perfect second skill coming in from Teal as they take the Yuzong down under the tier 2 turret. Hayabusa managed to secure the objective uncontested. Meanwhile, 1-1 putting a lot of pressure here on the goal lane. Brody having a difficult time. 1-1 still has that Inspire up as well, as we're just going to be watching the Atlas make his move. Wants to protect this Brody.
A lot of aggression coming out from the side of Equilibrium, but it seems that G7 Esports is doing a good job at reciprocating that aggression.
Yeah, there's the engagement. Atlas doesn't want to go in with that Fatal Links just yet. The stuns come out. They are being a bit patient, G7. They don't want to go in on too many skills. He had the opportunity to CC that board up once more. There's a Tsunami Slam onto the Atlas. He gets taken down before he could even blink as the pressure is being placed here onto the gold lane. Horizon on that Brody quite low. There's the stun. Dive underneath the turret. Oh, we see the follow-up. Clear, taken down, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange in the top lane, and this will give Shady the opportunity to take down this first turret of the game. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Lindo gets a pick of kill onto the Kimmy.
So right now Equilibrium is also starting to widen the golden gap. A few minutes ago it was 1,000 gold lead. Now they have almost a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that 3k at the 6-minute mark. The only gold lead I've seen bigger than that was... there's a continuation of the fight here. Into the jungle once more. Yuzong taking a lot of damage, but he's sustaining them so much. Beautifully timed Tsunami Slam from Velocity on the clear. Everybody is on the hunt here. It's a full team wipe in the jungle. And so this should be mid lane tier 1 turret falling as well.
Now they have the map control and they're probably going to push again like they did in the previous match, keeping up the dominance and taking the game early.
Yeah. So Lindo opting against going in for this next turtle. They're putting pressure onto Teal in the jungle. He managed to secure his objective, but 1-1 doesn't even need the crossbow attacks. Mega kill for Lindo, as well as 1-1 just basic attacking that Lancelot to death. If you're gonna see a 1-1 this fed this early on, it's scary. It really is scary.
That is so true, and right now Brody is struggling to pick up more items. This could put him in a lot of difficult positions.
Oh, nice Tsunami Slam coming out from Velocity. Monster kill for Shady. Pressure being placed here onto the mid lane turret. God once more throwing out the stuns there. Juju doesn't have the ultimates available. It's only 1-1 with the ult available from the side of EQ, but they want to play aggressively. They're popping shields left, right, and center. Basha has to try to disengage, but Lindo, he tries to go and gets the shadow kill, gets the pick off, gets back out as we continue with the pressure here into the mid lane. 1-1. We'll try to get a lock onto this tier 3 turret, but you gotta respect that Atlas's Fatal Links.
That is true. Atlas's Fatal Links is a lot like the Tigger Implosion play. Once you do not respect it, you can face a team wipeout if you're not careful.
Oh, what a tsunami slam into the corner. Ultimately, everybody is low. 1-1 on the chase. Jesus is gonna be basic attacking everyone to death. Wants to land the crossbow tanks. We'll click on it now. As it's gonna be with the Inspire just taking down everybody in the base. Atlas into the backline trying to get the zone away. Shady managed to get back out. Lancelot wanted to dash in, but the stun comes through. 1-1 wants to turn it around. There's the follow. Second kill. Oh, Lance, quick fingers. But it's gonna be the shadow kill from Lindo. God tried to help in there, but he's also low. However, it's super light. He doesn't seem to care about anybody on this user. It's him versus the base versus everybody. What a double kill from super light underneath the base. As this could be it. This could be game, set, match. There's another stun coming through. Basha gonna try to survive. The base is open, and we should see the lock on. And this is sure nothing. Very quick games here.
That is true. Equilibrium managed to keep the dominance from early to late, without losing a few members to death. But G7 Esports did put up a good defense, and they did what they could.
Yeah, they like I said, their draft is really good. Their execution, as well, is just very difficult to play up against Equilibrium because they've gotten up to a different level, different plane, but. I am quite excited to see G7 Esports going forward in this competition. Personally, I feel that they have a lot to offer. Quite an impressive display, especially up against such a strong team like Equilibrium.
I mean, the fact that they could escape from Equilibrium several times, individually or even in team fights, and the fact that they even managed to kill some of the members and they weren't afraid to capitalize on some of the overextension. So, they have a lot of potential.
They do. I'll be looking forward to what they're going to be doing in the competition. Speaking of the competition, Lotus, which teams are up next? You know why I'm asking you this.
Immortal Order versus Hexcore, it says on the schedule.
So Immortal Order, I see a lot of their players in the live chat. So hello to you, Angelic. And Mr. Wick says that he's interested to see how the team is going to be performing. And he wants to see how they're going to be showing up in this next game. So that's going to be something interesting. Hexcore, very, very decent team. Immortal Order, we all know quite a bit about them. They burst in, fresh faces, shall we say, or in the case of Shroomzy, fresh bearded faces, onto the scene a few months ago and have made us a bit of a name for themselves.
Well, I mean, it's Immortal Order. Yes, this is biased, but it's also even my opinion before I joined the squad is they're one of the best South African squads in my opinion, and they have several players that everyone looks up to.
So, them versus Hexcore. Hexcore also very new to the scene. They also came in with a little bit of a bang. I like a lot of what they do. They've been working very, very hard, I know, in the background. I've been listening to some little birdies tweet to me about what's going on in terms of practices. But, Lotus, a little birdie was tweeting to me about you. Said to me that you started playing Devil May Cry Mobile.
Yes, that.
And how are you loving? I haven't actually played the mobile version of Devil May Cry. I'm a big fan of the Devil May Cry franchise. But how would you rate this mobile version of it?
I got 15 minutes into the game and then left. To be honest, I'm a lot used to the 5v5 games right now, so it took a bit of an adjustment into the entire setup from Devil May Cry's mobile version. But the graphics are pretty good, and even the fighting and the skills that it takes is also pretty fun, to be honest.
So what you're saying is basically there was no hot female, male character there for you to play with, and that's the reason why you left. That's what you're trying to tell me. I see, that's a guilty laugh.
I can't really refute.
It's okay, because I mean, this is one of the things that I've been getting a little bit annoyed with some of the AAA gaming companies. Is when we play a game, anybody, doesn't matter who it is, that you want to have a beautiful aesthetic. When we're discussing games ourselves, what we like to talk about is the look of the character, or in Mobile Legends, like the look of the skins. I saw Unite in the chat talking about the Veil skin. So it just goes to show, right, what people are looking for. You want to have some beauty to what's going on. And with this current trend of, making everybody in games look like truckers, I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, I don't have anything against truckers. They're some of the most down-to-earth people. They keep the country running. But if I'm playing a game, unless I'm playing a trucking game, I want my characters to look like a trucker.
It's actually a pretty good analogy. I mean, Devil May Cry, there's this one guy with white hair. He comes a bit later on in the game. He's pretty nice. But you first see the main character. He has this red leather jacket, this awesome, those long leather jackets. But then, when you see his face, his hair hangs like here, as if he doesn't know what a comb is. And his voice doesn't flow with the graphics or anything. And it's like this amazing character with the voice from a guy that belongs in an office.
Oh, yeah. It's why certain voice actors in games are just straight out legendary. For instance, I forget his name, but he's the voice actor for Kratos in the God of War series. If you hear him speak, right, he just has to say hello, and then all of a sudden, everybody everywhere is just gonna be sitting there and just like paying attention to every word coming out of his mouth. His voice is golden. And so Kaiser teasing you in the chat saying Lotus is simping on Dante. Yeah, Devil May Cry. And Howdy Boy is simping on Pac-Man.
Okay. on Batman or Pac-Man?
Pac-Man. Pac-Man's an OG game. OG game. It's one of the games I kind of love to play. But I see the tournament lobby is being set up. The teams are getting ready. Let me move myself up in here. Ladies, gentlemen, kids, if there are any viewing at home, we're just going to have the pause screen up and running for just a short minute, and you can all discuss maybe in the WhatsApp group chat why Lotus has been simping on Dante, or why Howdy Boy has been simping on Pac-Man. We've got our two subs here in the chat. So, let me just get this pause screen.
Confusing.
What's that?
Pac-Man is more confusing. I mean, it's just a yellow 3/4 sphere circle.
Well, when you play it, like it came out in a time where games weren't really the games that they are nowadays. So it's for us, or I should say for me, for us old people, runs the grey in the beard and the hair somewhere. I think I have a grey hair or two somewhere in my head. We came from this different generation where simple keys and simple buttons was all we had to do in games, not the fancy stuff you kids get to play with now. But anyway, let's just head into the pause screen. We will be back with you ever so shortly. Don't go anywhere. And Ghidorah wants to vote for his team. He's telling me to drop the poll, but since he's asking, I think I should just refuse. What do you say, Lotus? What do you say?
I do.
I'm teasing. I'll have the polls and everything up in just a second. If you can just tell the referee we just need a 2-minute pause and we'll be back with everyone. Just a 2-minute pause.
And Nathan gets the pick-off kill onto Granger. That's a tier 1 turret taken down in favor as well. Avatar Guardian does land onto Valentina. However, the stolen loss insanity has been committed. However, Scarlet Mayhem coming in with the damage here. This would see a triple kill going to Lilia. Main shot.
You don't want to engage on the person that you can see in front of you. It's all about the objectives right now. I'm waiting for Econ to see the Lord is pushing through to the top lane here. What's gonna happen? The waves are fairly synced up. The Lord making his way through. They're trying to chase the space, but let's see what goes on.
Lancelot continuing with the killing spree. What we saw, Sicilian finishing off CC. However, Scarlet Mayhem doesn't have an answer for this.
But they have managed to take. Okay, here we go. We are going to see Olaf going in here. It's going to pop the final slash, trying to get 2 down, but has to retreat just for now. Oh, nice dodge coming out from the Lunox, resetting that all-out second skill. It's not going to be enough to get out. Lancelot coming in with the Thorn Rose, going to do so much damage here. Nice Tempest of Blades coming out from Gerald Cho doing quite a lot of damage, but Lancelot's doing way more. He's going to get a double kill on Ling before he falls down, but 69 Shiny has one of his own. It is a 4-for-2 trade.
Definitely in front of the clutches of Ali. Bind Crusher into the mix. Will we see that blast cannon coming through? Hayabusa just popping in the second skill, going into the base. Oh my word, Layla. So much damage. Monster kill coming in from Layla. Feather Shot coming in from Farza. Onto Black Skywalker. Mlbb able to escape this. Yes, she does. But Doug tries to get that wall onto Layla. Blind Crusher currently in the danger as Hanabi is focusing onto Layla. But he's not there. Something going to Layla. GG's well played that getting the kill onto Arnold. And Erythal split pushing once more, just chasing the goals and the objectives. We will get the retry battle here. Oh, the first lord of the match does go to the Boy Genius on the Bucks here as Bind Crusher does finish off Lilia. But Primordial Vanguard does get a full 1 exchange, makes that a full team wipe.
The Lord dance that we all love and know. But this average just trying to get onto the Hunter. We do see the engagement. The Minoan Fury has been committed. The Fury of the Phoenix. Hard God is onto the Newboard. He's doing a lot of damage. That's 2 kills for the Granger. Triple kill. Will we see another Maniac on the Granger? That's a lot of damage. That's a Maniac. Give him the Savage. Oh.
Hanzo's like, hey, no way. Make sure that they can actually seize the day, seize the opportunity to end this off. But so far, oh, there's the bloody hunt onto the Leomont. Do we have the follow-up? The Floral Bloom to save everybody. Granger dishing out the damage. Will this be a team wipe? Yes, it is. Savage for the Green. Alright, everybody, welcome back. Short pause. I will have the poll up and running for you. It's going to be a Hex Core up against Immortal Order. Immortal Order with our first pick, first ban into the system. So, all the Immortal fans out there, I'm sure you're waiting to get your vote in the poll, as well as the Hex Core fans. We're going to be heading into the drafting phase very, very, very soon.
Finally get to see how these two teams play against each other.
Alright, so that is the poll up and running for all of you, and we will head into the drafting phase right now.
So we have Immortal Order on the blue side and Hex Core on the right side. Angelic Fury getting the first ban for the drafting phase.
Angelic Fury, the mid laner for the side of Immortal Order. They're gonna be, I know they've been working, they probably have a decent idea of what they want to deal with. Deciding to get rid of one of the stronger XP laners in that Lapo, first off the bat.
True, the Lapu right now, ever since we saw him a lot in the beginning, then afterwards he appeared less and less in the MSA. Because either people ban him or start to forget about him again. But Yuzong also getting banned from the side of Hex Core.
Yeah, so we are in the XP lane meta, shall we say. So most of the players, they do want to get rid of these very strong XP laners. You know, the ones that can cause a bit of chaos. Ted, Jardine, in the chat saying Order is definitely going to be winning this particular match. 75% of the votes so far going their way. So I'm going to wait for the Hexcore fans to respond, as Leonardo is agreeing with Ted there. So a lot of the fans in the chat right now are Immortal Order fans.
Almost missing the ban, banning out the Hayabusa. Hayabusa is still pretty strong right now, as we also have seen in the previous match played by Lindo.
Yeah, we do. Well, Lindo is very, very good on that Hayabusa. But Hayabusa as a whole, a very deadly hero. And as the timer was counting down, if you viewers at home could see, Lotus's face was getting closer and closer to the screen as she was getting panicked over there. She thought her team was gonna miss a ban. She was like, no, we need this ban to come through. But Shumzi, within the last minute, he kept everybody on the edge of their seats, gets another ban out. Kalia, even though there was a bit of a nerf to Kalia, still seems to be viable. Teams in the Southern African bloc between Madagascar, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique still love to pick up that Kalia.
Uranus has awakened.
And the hero Uranus also getting banned out. Like you mentioned previously before, it's the sustained meta right now. And Uranus would definitely be, the hero Uranus would definitely be on top of that sustained list.
Yeah, he definitely on top of that sustained list.
May the blood of my enemies flow from my spear.
Mincetar is one of those heroes that's been creeping in a little bit. So with that Mincetar ban, this leaves the door open to these, maybe like a Nolan pick. Because Mincetar is a hard counter to Nolan. Monkey D. Luffy, thank you for the super chat. He's shouting out IO for the win, for the dub. He's supporting the Immortal Order. I see the viewers slowly turning into the stream, and there are even more and more votes going the way of Immortal Order right now.
Where are the Hexcore fans? As I know it's Saturday, but leave the anime just for a little bit and come support your favorite team.
Yeah, well, we did have those sticker releases.
By heaven's mandate.
And I know Don Ryu was waiting for you, a particular sticker that they had. We will have we released the team stickers already on the Waylander Gaming WhatsApp group, so if you're interested in that, you can always get the sticker pack from there. We'll be releasing the casters and staff stickers along with some player stickers as well, once I get some of the players to be a little bit less shy and allow us to make some stickers of them, because you know, we don't want to have some copyright infringement. I think the first sticker though we need to make is super shady.
I do agree with you there. But what you were saying about shy, why is it that people also can easily correlate shyness with gamers?
Well, gamers by, I wouldn't say definition, but just by the popular opinion is that gamers are a little bit on the introverted side. I mean, they do like to stay alone on their screens, glued to that screen. It's gaming is... Certain games are sort of like a solo queue experience, though this is not one of them. The solo queue here is like, if you're going to be one of the solo queue kings or queens, I'm going to question your mental stability. Because nobody wants to go solo queue. That's just, oof, it's deadly. But so far with the picks, right, we went a little bit off topic here. I'm loving the Zetian Minnow CC combination coming in from Immortal Order, but at the same time, that level 4 power spikes that can come through from Hexcore with the implosion into the rough waves. Deadly, deadly, deadly.
Implosion plays these days. Through the entire MSA, we have seen such good implosion plays. So getting to see another one, I'm not gonna say it's boring because the amount, the way it can change team fights, turn the tides. That is why you have to be so careful of an implosion play.
Yeah, we have to. And then adding on to that, we're gonna have the Violet Requiem from that Guinevere. But just to respond to the chat really quickly, Ted and Ghidorah, they want their stickers. Ghidorah says he's already got some stickers of him floating around. Well, we're gonna have to wait to see that. And howdy boy is the solo king Q with a 71% win rate on solo queue. Howdy boy, that's quite impressive.
I was about to ask if he ever touches grass.
Yeah, well, in the game. Because I mean, there's enough grass that's around Mobile Legends. And we all know how important bushes are in this game to both check and camp in.
That is true. And Eric also getting banned from the side of Hexcore, 1-1 banned from the side of Immortal Order. I mean, with the Ghidorah not playing, if we don't see a 1-1, then I'm curious to see what other marksmen will come through.
From falling apart.
The YSS ban, a very nice one. I mean, that's two, as you were saying, that's just two very strong marksmen being removed from the equation. Granger is still available. The YSS ban is a very good one from the side of Hexcore. Sensing that a YSS would work very nicely into the Immortal Order lineup.
That is true. But I'm maybe expecting even, I want to say a Harris, but it would also depend on which marksman Hexcore picks. I'm often getting the last ban for the side of Immortal Order.
Well, he's probably going to be looking at Jungle ban. It's the Lancelot. So Lancelot could work into this combination. Hexcore going extremely CC heavy, whereas Immortal Order trying to play the sustain game with the CC and the minnow. You're gonna need the CC to do the front lining because thinking it's going to be your support minnow. So it's the heals that's coming through. Yeah, they're following with that support. If they do pick up the Lucas, then it's going to be the sustain and support minnow that's going to allow the CC to frontline Lucas to go in and just get into the backline, pop that. And Unleash the Beast ultimate, it's like a nuclear blast.
Well, I mean, that's true, especially with one of those skills that come with Unleash the Beast, where the beast just opens his mouth and this entire bowl of fire of whatever is get thrown.
Yeah. It's just it's massive AoE damage. It's quite devastating. And postpone Malone with the Moskov pick. I am such a huge Moskov fan. Huge Moskov fan. Oh, and he switches for the Melissa. It's that skill that the Moskov has that allows you to win. I think, what is my Moskov win rate? It's not anything impressive. I think it's about 66-67%, but that's close to around 300 games. So it's okay for, I say, 300 games.
66% is a dream for some people with the win rates.
Well, there's heroes that I have very bad win rates with. There's some heroes I just kind of suck, no matter how much I play and practice and try it. But then there's other heroes that, they fit into the groove. Postpone Malone going for that Melissa pick, Lamunga. Is that how we say that? Lamunga. If that's how we say that, I'm gonna have fun with the name. Lamunga. Say it 3 times fast, Lotus.
Say what?
Say Lamunga 3 times fast. No, like Lamunga.
Lamunga.
It's like it rolls off the tongue. It's kind of a nice name. Going in for the Granger pick there. So I would say before level 4, Melissa will have the better time up against the Granger, but once Granger gets that Death Sonata in, it's going to be a bit of a problem. And Devoid with the Bane pick. So Bane this Bane pick can work very nicely with the Tigreal, the Guinevere, and the Kadita. Those knock up, and then he's just gonna hit that deadly catch. Also pretty good at securing objectives.
That is true. I think Melissa was picked to just be able to defend herself from the Tigreal and the Guinevere. But like you said, after level 4, Melissa's gonna maybe have a rough time with the Granger afterwards.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, definitely. It's that outranging ability from the Death Sonata. Both jungles, as we can see, they are going to be starting off on opposite sides of the map. Hexcore going for that XP lane rotation. They want to put a bit of pressure, get the Gwyn online. Because once you get that Guinevere, she's got that very nice Lady Crane skin. Once you get that Guinevere online, it can prove to be a bit of a problem. Especially if they're good at landing the Violet Requiems.
That is true, but one thing that you also need from the XP laner is a lot of teams that I see do this. The hero is so OP at times, but the XP laners don't always rotate.
Yeah. That's the thing. But you need to be able to I wouldn't say dominate, but at least be okay in your lane. As we can see, Jake's doing a very good job of zoning the Guinevere away from the minion wave.
CC is such a good hero, especially when it comes to early game, and even late game she is still a pretty decent hero.
Exactly. Very patient start from both teams here, Lotus. A little bit of pressure being placed by Oshroomzy onto the Bane, but he secures his objective. Oh, there's going to be the deadly catch coming out, just forcing the Bane away. He's going to heal. There's the knockup, but the flicker comes through. So no flicker available for this particular fight that's gonna take place, which will be around this first turtle. However, Lucas making the rotation here could possibly want to put a bit of pressure onto the gold lane. No, he's just trying to secure as much farm as possible. Oh, there's the engagement onto Kadita. The Petrify keeping her straight. To unleash the beast just slightly off the mark, but can they get the contest going? Minotaur with a stun onto 2. Bane, he's gonna try to retreat. He didn't have the deadly catch available. He missed out on that retry. Nice retry coming in from Muffet as Bane uses that deadly catch to disengage.
But there was also the part where either the Bane or the Tigra walking into the Zitian, and her passive just blew them away, also away from the turtle.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, neither of the XP laners were in like I would say position to try and deal with that very early on. So they are having a royal battle there. Melissa, as you can see, just forcing the Granger not to get that level 4. But he has the Death Sonata now. He's been using it to scout out. So the gold lane advantage that Melissa had will change a little bit. Provided the Granger can lock on that Death Sonata. As you can see, there's a poke damage coming out. The setup potentially in here. Suchi can do it. Doesn't have the level 4 just yet. So Tig doesn't want to go in with those flicker implosion plays. He did use the flicker. Oh, there's an engagement onto Kadita. And the wraparound. Mino, beautiful Minoan Fury. Zetian hit that Fury of the Phoenix. Sets up first blood for Immortal Order. They're on the hunt. They want to chase a little bit more. But Kadita goes in. She doesn't have the rough waves. There's Unleash the Beast popped out as they force the Kadita away. Melissa, did she have the damage? Oh, D-Void so close to being dead and sent back to the base. And Lotus laughs at my dad jokes once.
But the discipline coming out from both of these teams, even before the turtle earlier, they didn't commit to any fights just in case they didn't want to die before the objective. And even now, they're not playing super aggressively. Turtle's once again almost up, and they're just playing extremely safe and not over-committing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look at this, right? This is what I love to see in gameplay, this level of discipline. It's almost 5 minutes. We're heading towards the 5-minute mark in the game. Just 1 kill on the board.
Exactly. I mean, the previous matches were a lot more aggressive, but it does seem that Immortal Order will not be going for the Lord right now.
Yeah, there's the Minoan Fury into the curtain call. Zetian, perfect timing with that Fury of the Phoenix. Rough waves manages to secure a kill, but the continuation of the fight unleashed the beasts of backline with the Violet Requiem on the chase as they manage to get a kill on to postpone Malone. It's a 3-for-4 exchange going in the favor of Immortal Order.
The entire rotation also coming out from this Guinevere from the bot lane into the top lane, managing to get a 1 or 2 down, but wasn't able to help her team survive. That was a bit difficult.
It was Muffin here with the jungle invade manages to steal red buff and small camp as he's gonna make his way back towards his own jungle. Shroomzy here with an advanced scouting position, just showing the movement there from the Tigreal and the Bane for his team, allowing Angelic to clear out that mid lane. But Tammy Love 63 is just trying to put a bit of pressure on that Zetien. So we're watching the teams make their movement towards Jake's here on that CC, but he's well aware of what's going on here. Shroomzy with that patient, almost like an observer ward, like a sentry tower, just scouting out the entire team. So as you can see, Angelic Fury does know that she's in danger in the mid lane, as she will wait for the wave. Oh, there's the flicker implosion play onto the Zetien. A pullback, but it misses the deadly catch. However, the rough waves is in there to finish off. They were patient and waiting for that. So even though they knew where the vision was, that Tigreal and flicker implosion play is one that you gotta be on the lookout for.
Worth going with a flicker implosion play, especially with this next turtle up. This gives you a disadvantage in the team fight, and Zetien is back anyway with her ult ready.
Yeah.
But it took 3 ults to kill her.
Yeah, there's a knock-up onto Kadita. She has that mobility to dash away. The Granger was taken down, so Melissa had the opportunity to take the first turret of the match. It's the third and final Iron side up, the zoning being done here by the Minotaur and Melissa combo, with Zetien just staying patiently in the background. Looks like Immortal Order are on the hunt for this mid lane turret. Muffin just clearing the waves, but there's a nice camping angle here from the Kadita, but she's gonna get scouted out. Dashes back to the safety of the turret. Melissa throws out that Regal Doll, dishing out the damage here. Oh, what a violent requiem into the deadly catch, into the implosion as it's too blown up in the mid lane. This is what we were talking about from the Guinevere. Flicker, Violet Requiem, implosion, deadly catch is deadly.
Guinevere's Violent Requiem. If she is on you, then you can barely use any other skills, even flicker at that.
The implosion play coming up, but the curtain call was onto 2 as Jax takes down the Tigreal. And will hope to try to achieve a little bit more map control. But Bane and Granger, they've got insane wave clear. There's poke damage coming out from Postpone Malone. Granger with some poke damage back. The wave has been cleared out. Minotaur into the mix is going to heal everybody up. Guinevere seizing the opportunity to try to even out the turrets. Meanwhile, we do see Muffin hunting down that Gwen. It's a damage Gwen. He hits Unleash the Beast. She does land with that Violet Requiem, but Zetien in there, and it secures the objective. Meanwhile, we are watching Kadita, Tammy Love 63, trying to push in this mid lane. Minnow stops her, forces her back. The battle is carrying on here in the bot lane, so from discipline and patience, it went to all-out violence.
Even so, the violence is still controlled, and both teams are making sure to not get overly violent or even too arrogant with the plays they're
Oh,
making.
lovely. Minoan Fury sets up 1-2. There's the implosion play as the counter. Granger dishing out the damage, but the heals coming in from Shroomzy. As you can see, he should have that Flask of Oasis rushing that support build. Picks up the Flask of Oasis. First power spike for the Minnow. It's gonna be some anti-heals as necessary. Oh, there's the dash in from the Guinevere, but she's going to get caught up by the CC. Curtain call comes in, but she does have the flicker away. Kadita trying to get into position to set up with the rough waves, but that litho, this shows how important it is to take a litho. Just scouting out the vision. First roar of the game is up. There's the engagement onto the Tigreal. His second skills back, doesn't have the implosion. He's taken down. We will expect to see the side of Immortal Order often set up for the first roar, knowing that they have the numbers advantage. Kadita goes in, rough waves, the heals come out, it's Minoan Fury. The away comes out from the Melissa, she turns around to dish the damage. It's the deadly catch. Oh, but Kadita, she sets herself up, takes out Postpone Malone, slight over extension there. But the first roar of the game has gone the way of Immortal Order. Granger did seize that opportunity, however, to take a top lane turret.
So if they couldn't take the objective, he could at least take another, a bit smaller but also very valuable objective, taking the turrets, because right now Immortal Order does have the map control. But if Hexcore can get the map control, Immortal Order has the gold lead. But if Hexcore can have the map control, they can also turn the tides around.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes down to the map control. Ted, I'm so glad you are enjoying the commentary. You're making Lotus blush here with all the compliments and how good the commentary is.
Lord is going up top lane, but Melissa taking down and eating up this turret in the bottom lane.
Well, yeah. So mid lane, the pressure is being placed in here. Tigreal trying to deal with the damage. Has to flick out, so he's not going to have that flicker implosion play. Mr. Wick, one day I'll throw in some Afrikaans into the commentary. Oh, Gwen went in there, but that go away from the Melissa just. Oh, yeah, no, she didn't even pop the go away. She just managed to sidestep it. The tier 2 turrets have been placed, have been taken down. Oh, flicker Minoan Fury with the Zetsi announcement. The follow up from the team. They're dishing out the damage. Rough Waves comes in from the Khajiit, but this is a full team wipe. It's 5 for nothing in the mid lane. Oh my goodness. Could this be the ending angle? Melissa is dishing out the damage. CC wants to throw it in here. They just got the 1 minion. Can they end with this? It's 10 seconds. 10 seconds to go. Melissa does have the damage. Everybody's running after the basic attack. The go away comes up from the Melissa, and it's game immortal order. They draw first blood in this best of 3.
That layering of attacks, Minotaur with a flicker, and then the Minoan Fury, Satian with the Fury of the Phoenix, then Lucas jumped in, Melissa jumped in, and they got a full team wipeout.
That was the setup coming in from Shroomsy there, that flicker first skill into the Minoan Fury. On point, caught full 5-man in that mix. Khajiit just managed to survive using that rough waves, but the damage being dished out was next level.
That is true. But Immortal Order also had a bit of a vulnerable spot because Tigreal could also have gone in with the Flicker Implosion, but Shroomsy acted before the Tigreal could.
There was a question.
They knew that was a risk.
Yeah, it's a question of fastest fingers first. They're setting it up. That was amazing. So Mr. Wick, between Scarf, Shroomsy, Lotus is also, even though she pretends she doesn't have an Afrikaner accent, Lotus has also got that Afrikaner twang. She's been working very hard to try to remove it. I don't know why. It's this younger generation thing of Afrikaners. You need to talk to them, Mr. Wick. Tell them you must love your heritage. Eat your fat cooks. And Biltong.
Wow.
What's wrong with Biltong?
We'll finish off what was left undone.
With what?
Biltong.
Biltong. I love Biltong.
Yeah.
I don't like Fate Cook.
Why not? It's tasty. Because it makes you fat. Because it's in the name. Fat Cook. Fat Cake. So are you watching your weight here?
No, it's mostly because I always got nauseous because of the stuff.
I see some bad experiences. Respect ban from Hexcore straight off the bat, getting rid of that Minotaur, taking it out of the hands of Shroomsy.
This land is our homeland.
Lapu once again getting banned. I mean, Shroomsy does have the Minotaur, but some of the favorite heroes, my favorite heroes that I like seeing him play, is the Chip, and even when he goes with the Garagatcha.
That's very
by
true.
heaven's
But
mandate,
Chip has been
my legacy
a little
shall
bit iffy in
endure.
terms of the meta right now. The same with Liu Yi. It's just their ultimates were a surprise, and now it's not a surprise anymore. And if you consider, war strategies, right? If you take a look at books like Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and any, because this is a war game, technically speaking. I know it's a MOBA or tower defense or whatever you want to call it. It's a MOBA game. But there's a lot of strategy, like war-based strategy, and surprise is the biggest element in that can win you a battle in war. So it's the same thing that we use in the game itself. It's like the reason why camping, which I know is sort of like a dirty word in the gaming community, is such an important thing in games like this. If you're prepared and waiting and surprise the enemy, the potential of you winning the fight is obviously exponentially higher.
A lot of people think camping is a foul play, but if you think about it, it's ambush, and all is fair in Mobile Legends and War. So,
But not in love. I thought the expression was love in war. I thought.
yeah, but love is not applicable right now.
It's not applicable. You heard it here first. Love is not applicable anymore. Lotus, July 2025. So we do have the Zessian, Kalia, Uranus, and Hayabusa bans coming out. So very similar to the first match in terms of the banning.
True, but also making sure to just keep the respect bands from the side of Hexcore.
Yeah, well, you gotta get respect. I mean, the Zessian wasn't a ban previously, but the way Angelic Fury was setting up with the Fury of the Phoenix as a follow-up for the Minoan Fury, that stacking of CC was working out very well in the favor of Immortal Order. The early part of the game from both teams was very, very, very disciplined, but once they hit the mid-game, there was a bit of aggression coming through as the players managed to pick up the items they needed. But that one set towards the end was just, that was the moment the game was won. Clutch play.
I mean, that is the kind of plays that you want to see from a Zitian. A lot of people play the Zitian to get more vision at times, or to maybe get one kill. But it's so much better to use her when there's a team fight and to save the ult for the team fight or potential team fight.
Yeah, agreed. Discipline is very important as we're watching Lamunga picking up that Badang. Badang is a bit of a flex pick at this moment in time, so we don't know if it's roam, if it's going to be on the XP lane. Angelic Fury going for the Xavier, and Jake's with the CC once more.
Well, Angelic Fury on the Xavier, we have seen some good Xavier plays in the recent matches of the MSA, but Xavier and Angelic Fury's hands is sometimes just a masterpiece to watch.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm blazing her right now, but no shame for me.
Well, I've never been a fan of Xavier. It was Madagascar that made me start reevaluating my thinking, because Madagascar love that Xavier pick. And their mid laner is deadly on the Xavier. So, Xavier, potential to work. Sujin can't do it, and Tammy Love 63 locking onto the Valier and Camilla picks. Camilla with a bit of Revitalize could potentially, it's a decent spell, but you're gonna need the combos to come through with that Cursed Blood. So far we do have the Badang, and it's gonna be a Badang XP as revealed by the Camilla pick. So Badang XP, that first crack can combine with the Cursed Blood quite nicely.
That is true, and I don't think we've really seen that combo before. But the Valier should just make sure not to push the enemies out of either of those two ults or skills.
Yeah. So Shroomzy was flashing around that chip. I thought he was gonna risk it for the biscuit or for the chip in this particular case, as chip right now is a little bit iffy.
As I said, right now with the surprise, the element of surprise taken out from the chip and the Lohi, I think that there's also other ways to use the chip, but people are still like the surprise way. But now we all have to figure out a way to use the chip without the element of surprise and see what other strengths are.
To me, fun is all that
Well, when
matters.
Moonton makes these changes, it kind of can mess up quite a bit of things. It's why this game is so beautiful. It's ever changing, ever evolving. We are all puppets on Moonton's string. They make an update, and then whatever you were playing is now it's gone. Sometimes I think they do this just to make us buy more skins.
Let's make the whole world
Probably.
green and lively.
So Postpone Malone locking onto the Iridel pick and Immortal Order then following up with the 1-1 ban to remove the 1-1 from the equation. Florin, quite a nice ban coming out from the side of Hexcore. The heals that come in from a Florin, once she hits that mid-game power spike, can turn the tide of a battle.
True, but I think we can also already see from the start of Immortal Order, we know that Immortal Order doesn't play a lot of the sustain junglers, and seeing that CC Sao already now as the only frontline, assumes you would probably pick another either frontline or just a bit more sustainable roamer, so not necessarily a Florin.
That's an astute observation. They would need that if they're not going to be going for a tanky jungle. With that in mind, they do get rid of the Xbox. Seeing the Camilla in there, Xbox and Camilla are one of the better combinations that you can play. You can pair together. That last Insanity into a Curse Blood it's going to be dishing out true damage all across the board. As we see once more the YSS being banned out.
I mean, Sun Shin is actually such a strong hero right now, and he's got a lot of things that you would want in a jungler. Good clearing speed, mobility, and also that mountain shocker of his, so...
That ultimate it's got everything you need. A bit of damage, a bit of CC, and the global vision. Crazy ultimate.
I think because of the amount of CC heroes in the game, that's why a lot of people also like this anti-CC or immune CC heroes. Especially heroes like an Xborg that is CC immune during his ultimate, or even a Hanabi if she spams that first kill.
It does have a bit of CC immunity, so a Hanabi will be able to escape the clutches of the sandstorm that will come in from the Khalid. So Khalid, high mobility roam, a lot of poke damage in the early part of the game, so he's going to try to force that Camilla away, though Valier might give Khalid a bit of a problem, especially if the Valier Sujin can't do it. If he can actually do it and land that first skill onto the Khalid, it'll counter his movement speed, slow him down, lock him into position.
I think that there's a second part that needs to go into the name. Sunjin,
If you cannot.
how we pronounce it, Sunjin, can't do it, but I can do it. The avoid picking up the Aemon, but Vayne 2.0 going surprisingly with the Mia, the one marksman that takes forever to scale.
Yeah, but if she does scale, it is deadly. But it's just Mia into many drafts just does not really work. Though Mia is gonna have a hard time up against Iridel because she's got those skills that can cancel that I think it's called a Moonlit Walk or something like that. We'll just double check on the name of it. A Muffin hovering between the Ling and the Alpha decides to go for the Alpha. He's gonna have to be patient. I think the Alpha is there to try to deal with the Aemon because he's got those AoE skills, and if he procs his passive, the damage will cancel Aemon's Conceal. But he's going to have to be patient and time that Spear of Alpha very nicely.
I do agree with you there. But considering the draft as wholes and not necessarily just focusing on the suspicious Mia pick, which draft would you favor?
Well, I would be going for Immortal Order's draft here because I'm liking some of the counters that are coming through. Like the Iridel can deal with the Mia, the Alpha has the potential to deal with the Aemon, the same with the Khalid, because any hero that has those AoE skills coming in, and it's going to be a bit difficult for them to get into the backline. And with the scaling that they have some very nice scaling. Iridel and Xavier scales extremely well into the late game, where you have your Khalid, CC, and Alpha that's got that early game potential. But I mean, you cannot count out Hex Core, right? Even though I am favoring Immortal Order's draft, you cannot count out a Hex Core. They've got Camilla with a Revitalize. Revitalize, maybe not the best spell on a Camilla, but is a game-changing spell nonetheless. And if they can time the Curse Blood into that first crack, it could change, it could be a game changer, change the course of any team fight.
Agree with you there, especially if they pair it up nicely with those enhanced first skills from the Valier, because Valier just needs around 3 stacks on each hero before he starts stunning them, so that could actually prove quite lethal. They just have to time it nicely.
Yeah. I think CC may have wandered into inappropriate territory and made a movement all the way across the map to the wrong lane. So I'm sure Jakes is going to hear a lot about this from his teammates. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? Go get your level 2.
Oh, in that team meeting, first let me not be near.
Oh, there's the stun onto Sushi can't do it. Second skills, everybody back forces them away. So we are seeing the rotations towards the same set. Khalid gets stunned up by the Camilla, wants to go in onto the Amon. Oh, the flicker comes through. Khalid doesn't have the second skill yet. Amon didn't have that ultimate available to him because Khalid did manage to take some of the jungle farm away from the Amon. It gets poked. They don't want to go for a contest on this gold grab. Quite cleverly, I would say, from the side of Devoid, because you don't want to go into this early game. Now, Spear of Alpha comes out, but that's lovely positioning from Sushin, and throwing out the second skill, forcing them away.
To be honest, I'm liking how these teams are poking each other. Yes, they're trying to go for kills, especially from the side of Remote Order, but not committing.
Oh, the endless shards come out with a second skill, but DC somehow manages to survive. The counter engages on Spirit of Alpha onto 2. The Revitalize coming in, but not enough to save Suchin on that Valier. So, Cape Town rocks. Just to answer your question how you get involved in the tournament, just check on the description in the channel. When you click on the channel or go to its main homepage, you'll see a WhatsApp group there. Come and join the WhatsApp group and you will be able to find out all about this. As there's the first crack in, the conceal play comes out, but it's going to be Kali taken out. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. However, the curtain call is that actually is a curtain call on the life of Amon.
3-for-1 exchange in the favor of a Motor Order. They're plus a turret.
Ooh, it's gonna be Mia with a solo kill. Notice, could this be a deadly moment here? Mia starting to get solo kills. She does have that Inspire.
Mia with the solo kill.
Yeah.
But she did use up the Inspire right now, so she isn't in too much problem, but he is facing a 2v1 right now. Mia with Inspire is actually, I think that's the only spell that's really befitting of her. And the way to play Media really is also to...
Oh, beautiful sandstorm. The Curse Blood does come out. There's the endless shot. They managed to reposition. The re-engagement coming in. Yes, Spear of Alpha lands it, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange so far going in the favor of X4. Alpha, he's trying to escape this, but the Valier, he's just fireballing. Everybody slows him down, but they managed to disengage. It's a 4-5 in the favor of Immortal Order. The gold lead just ever so slightly in their favor as well.
Right now, the postpone alone with 2 deaths already. This does put them in a difficult spot because the Mia already has a gold lead.
Yeah. She did, did she use that? Yeah, she did use the Hidden Moonlight. Oh, Jakes is taking down the top lane. She used that Hidden Moonlight and beautiful Sandstorm as the follow-up as they put a lot of pressure in here. Spirit of Alpha comes through just to secure that objective, to secure that kill.
So even if the turtle is up, I think they would rather go for this turret. Can't really thanks to the Carmella being here. But Alpha in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, Spear of Alpha trying to get himself out of trouble as the team comes in to save Muffin. Do you know the Muffin Man? Lotus, do you know the Muffin Man?
Yes, now I know the Muffin Man.
But you don't know the Fat Cook Man. Very sad. Very, very sad. They're both baked confectionery.
Sad jokes get worse by the day.
Yeah, so there's the first blood into the first crack combination. Damage is in there. Then the shot. But it's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. The turtle did go in the favor of Immortal Order, but was it worth it? Oh my goodness, 3-for-1 as Hex score. Just trying to deduce the Goldie Doll. Beautiful second skill there from the Villier, forcing the Carly back. But there's the rotation. Postpone Malone. He pops the ultimate. He throws the skill. He's got that armor bust out. He's gonna chase down the Villier. Lovely rotation coming in from Postpone Malone on that.
Good rotation, but oh, if he didn't arrive in time, Mia would be bursting down this turret right now. The one thing that goes for the Mia is her attack speed.
Yeah, and the shot's coming up, but it wasn't the full stacks there, so no burst onto that Aerotel should be able to heal up. And yes, you're right, the attack speed on a Mia, I mean, it scales so well. Things are pretty even, and pretty even would give the advantage to Hex score. Oh, there's the Spear of Alpha onto the Badang. He pushes back everybody, stunned up by the Xavier. Oh, what a Sandstorm setup as it's to take it down. Mid lane turret almost. However, Mia, she makes the rotation. The Spear of Alpha, there's the counter engage. She couldn't even get that hidden moonlight out as this is mid lane turret being taken down. It's a bit of a trade as Camilla and Valier did push the top lane turret. But look at this from Immortal Order. They want more. Is this going to be a little bit too greedy? You think? No. They have the awareness on the timer to disengage.
Someone needs to defend their top lane before they lose them. I know the last turtle of the game is up right now, and both teams are actually still widening the gap, but Aima managing to get the kill onto the airfield.
Oh, there's the engagement. It's going to be the first blood coming through. The Sandstorm into the backline. However, the Revitalize not enough. The chase is on. They're getting onto the Valier as well. The Valier's taking down Tabby. Love trying to escape. The Baton goes in with that second skill, forcing everybody back. The Iron Side is started up. That aim on G-Void trying to find the angle. Meanwhile, Mia is pushing, forcing the Shroomsy to deal with that. But the numbers advantage was on the side of... Oh, there's the Spear of Alpha. Going in, Flicker comes out. Follow up from the CC. She throws that yo-yo and beats the Baton to death. Not the most deadliest weapon you would think. But in the hands of a CC, the yo-yos, I always thought of it as a toy. And Muton had other ideas.
Oh wow. But it does seem like Immortal Order took it a bit personally when X-Core managed to kill so many of them.
Yeah. So pressure being placed once more. There's engagement onto the Villier. It's the Camilla. She's being melted down as well. Immortal Order switching gears now, using the mid-game power spikes to do whatever they want. Cape Town Rocks. I would say that you'll have to go into the channel description. So it won't be here on the live stream that you'll see that WhatsApp group chat. You will have to go like out of the video onto the Waylander Gaming homepage. And you'll see there in the description of the channel, you'll be able to click on a link to join in onto the WhatsApp groups. The option that you're talking about there, that's membership to the channel. So if you become a member, we'll automatically contact you, add you to those various groups and committees. You also get some extra stickers and things. But anyway, it's going to be Cast Blood combination coming in with the first crack. First crack trying to push everybody back. The end of the shots does come out, but the sustain here from Immortal Order is just too much. It's a 3-for-nothing exchange. They want to continue with the aggression. It's going to be that... I forgot what's the name of Xavier's ulti? Dawning Light.
Dawning Light?
Yeah, Dawning Light into the mix as we see the first roar of the game up. So Lotus, are you gonna roar for the fans? Like a Super Chippy.
No.
What's wrong with Super Chippies, huh? What is wrong with us?
No.
Can't have the same problems like a fit. Yeah.
I love Super Chips.
It's,
I mean, it's not so much.
yeah, but if you have to ask you, right, as we're just watching Shrooms, you just slash that scimitar around as everybody's just pushing into the base. They will try to even these waves up, and as we wait for them to do so. Choice between Simba Chips and Lay's or Pringles.
Simba chips.
Simba Chips, because they're bursting with flavor.
Exactly.
And no, we have not been paid to advertise, so if Simba Chips, you're actually watching the stream, please, we wouldn't mind a sponsorship deal here. So the Lord pushing down the mid lane. It's Immortal Order are trying to get the lanes synced up. They will definitely achieve some tier 2 turrets. They are walking in with the Lord, allowing it to move in here. There's there's a Sandstorm. Catches on jump 4. We see the follow. CC is in the mix. The Cursed Blood is in there. Then the shot comes up, but CC sustains through it all. They've cracked the base open. Immortal Order. They want to put the pressure on here. She is a bit low, but that's the first crack. Used defensively. They knock onto Shroomsy, forcing him back. But that's a tier 3 turret being taken down in this exchange. The continuation, second skill, but however, Alpha eats it up. Spear of Alpha does come out slightly off the marker to the William. The angle is created here as they're locking onto the base. Can she do it? She does. It's game, set, match. Immortal Order taking this up against X-Bar. Clean sweep fashion, 2-0.
The fact that Shroomsy survived that when Bedang caught him with the wall, he was so little HP. I thought he was about to die. And then I think he managed to flicker out.
Yeah, he did. Some nice plays in there. Yeah, some clutch plays in there. Definitely. So it's a very, very good match between the two teams. I was quite impressed by both sides there, but Immortal Order taking this 2-0. So from yesterday's 2-1 to 2-0. Quite a switch up here, Lotus.
But I'm curious about how this third round is gonna go. Are we also gonna see another 2-0, or do we get to see a 2-1? Especially with G7 Esports versus Immortal Order.
That's gonna be an interesting one. There's a lot of pressure in this game here. Immortal Order, they know if they take the dub here, it means automatic qualification through to the next round. But G7, okay, fair enough. They played Equilibrium. We all know what Equilibrium is like. They're just really deadly to face against right at this moment in time. So their drafting and play was good enough. You could see the potential was there. And so up against Immortal Order, will they be able to showcase those skills that we can clearly see that side has? That will be coming up next. But for this moment in time, Lotus, I think you and I need to go and get some snacks. Maybe get our Simba Chippy munchies going. That we will have while we're getting our snacks. I strongly suggest that you do the same at home. We'll have the pause screen up for just a little bit as the teams will be getting ready. Next up for all of you, we have G7 up against Immortal Order. Muff channel to answer your question, who's the cause for G7? This is a Madagascan team, so they have players like Nairo in the mix. Though Nairo was lagging in the last game, they do have quite a few very good players. You'll get to see them coming up next. But if you want to, you can always rewind a little bit and you can see them playing up against Equilibrium earlier on. I don't mind people rewinding. I don't mind it at all, because you get to click on the adverts one more time. So hey, it's a win-win situation here. I'm teasing. I really am teasing. So Lotus, let's go get our snacks. We'll get everybody the opportunity to do so as well. We'll be back with all of you in just a second.
And Nathan gets the pick-off kill onto Granger. That's a tier 1 turret taken down in favor as well. Avatar Guardian does land onto Valentina. However, the stolen loss insanity has been committed. However, Scarlet Mayhem coming in with that damage here. This would see a triple kill going to Lilia. Main try.
You don't want to engage on the person that you can see in front of you. It's all about the objectives right now. As I'm waiting for Econ to see the Lord is pushing through to the top lane here. What's gonna happen? The waves are fairly synced up. The Lord making his way through. They're trying to chase the space, but let's see what goes on.
Lancelot continuing with the killing spree. What we saw, Sicilian finishing off CC. However, Scarlet Mayhem doesn't have an answer for this.
But they have meat irons to take. Okay, here we go. We are going to see Olaf going in here. It's going to pop the final slash, trying to get 2 down, but has to retreat just for now. Oh, nice dodge coming out from the Lunox, resetting that all-out second skill. It's not going to be enough to get out. Lancelot coming in with the Thorn Rose, going to do so much damage here. Nice hit with the blades coming out from Gerald Cho, doing quite a lot of damage, but Lancelot's doing way more. He's going to get a double kill on Ling before he falls down, but 69 Shiny has one of his own. It is a 4-for-2 trade.
Definitely in front of the clutches of Ali. Bike crushing into the mix. Will we see that blast cannon coming through? Hayabusa just popping in the second skill, going into the base. Oh my word, Layla. So much damage. Monster kill coming in from Layla. Feather Shot coming in from Farza. Onto Black Skywalker. Mlbb able to escape this. Yes, she does. But Doug tries to get that wall onto Layla. Blind Crusher currently in the danger as Hanabi is focusing onto Layla. But he's not there. Something going to Layla. GG's well played that getting the kill onto Arnold. And Erythal split pushing once more, just chasing the goals and the objectives. We will get the retry battle here. Oh, the first lord of the match does go to the boy genius on the Bucks here as Mind Crusher does finish off Kalia. But Primordial Vanguard does get a full 1 exchange, makes that a full team wipe.
The low dance that we all love and know. But this Average Joe just trying to get onto the Anzu. We do see the engagement. The Minoan Fury has been committed. The Fury of the Phoenix. Hardcore is onto the Newboard. He's doing a lot of damage. That's 2 kills for the Granger. Triple kill. Will we see another Maniac on the Granger? That's a lot of damage. That's a Maniac. Give him the Savage. Oh.
Hanzo's like, hey, no way. Make sure that they can actually seize the day, seize the opportunity to end this off. But so far, oh, there's the bloody hunt onto the Leomord. Do we have the follow-up? The Floral Bloom to save everybody. Granger dishing out the damage. Will this be a team wipe? Yes, it is. Savage for the Granger. Average Joe with the recall spam.
like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for fair to see. They just like a weed,
and Nathan gets the pick-off kill onto Granger. That's a tier 1 turret taken down in favor as well. Avatar Guardian does land onto Valentina. However, the solid loss insanity has been committed. However, Scarlet Mayhem coming in with that damage here. This would see a triple kill going to Lilia. Main try.
You don't want to engage on the person that you can see in front of you. It's all about the objectives right now. As I'm waiting for Econ to see the Lord is pushing through to the top lane there. What's gonna happen? The waves are fairly synced up. The Lord making his way through. They're trying to take the space, but let's see what goes on.
Lancelot continuing with the killing spree. What we saw, Cecilian finishing off CC. However, Scarlet Mayhem doesn't have an answer for this.
Well, if they have managed to take. Okay, here we go. We are going to see Olaf going in here. It's going to pop the final slash, trying to get 2 down, but has to retreat just for now. Oh, nice dodge coming out from the Lunox, resetting that all-out second skill. It's not going to be enough to get out. Lancelot coming in with the Thorn Rose, going to do so much damage here. Nice Tempest of Blades coming out from Gerald Cho doing quite a lot of damage, but Lancelot's doing way more. He's going to get a double kill on Ling before he falls down, but 69 Shiny has one of his own. It is a 4-for-2 trade.
Definitely, and from the clutches of Khalid, which will we see that blast cannon coming through. Hayabusa just popping in the second skill, going into the base. Oh my word, Layla, so much damage. Monster kill coming in from Layla. Feather Strike coming in from Farza. Onto Black Skywalker. Will be able to escape this? Yes, she does. But Doug trying to get that wall onto Layla. Blind Crusher currently in the danger as Hanabi is focusing onto Layla. Something going to Layla. GG's well played that getting the kill onto Arnold. And Erythal split pushing once more, just chasing the goals and the objectives. We will get the Red to battle here. Oh, the first lord of the match does go to the Boy Genius on the Bucks here as Blind Crusher does finish off Kalia. But Primordial Vanguard does get a full 1 exchange, makes that a full team wipe.
The low dance that we all love and know. But this average just trying to get onto the Anzu. We do see the engagement. The Minoan Fury has been committed. The Fury of the Phoenix. Hardcore is onto Newboard. He's doing a lot of damage. That's 2 kills for the Granger. Triple kill. Will we see another Maniac on the Granger? That's a lot of damage. That's a Maniac. Give him the Savage. Oh.
Hanzo's like, hey, no way. Make sure that they can actually seize the day, seize the opportunity to end this off. But so far, oh, there's the bloody hand onto the Leomord. Do we have the follow-up? The Floral Bloom to save everybody. Granger dishing out the damage. Will this be a team wipe? Yes, it is. Savage for the Granger. Average Joe with the recall spam.
Like
and Nathan gets the pick-off kill onto Granger. That's a tier 1 turret taken down in favor as well. Avatar Guardian does land onto Valentina. However, the stolen loss insanity has been committed. However, Scarlet Mayhem coming in with that damage here. This would see a triple kill going to Lilia. Main try.
You don't want to engage on the person that you can see in front of you. It's all about the objectives right now, as I'm waiting for Econ to see the Lord is pushing through to the top lane there. What's gonna happen? The waves are fairly synced up. The Lord making his way through. They're trying to take the space, but let's see what goes on.
Lancelot continuing with the killing spree. What we saw, Sicilian finishing off CC. However, Scarlet Mayhem doesn't have an answer for this.
But they have managed to take. Okay, here we go. We are going to see Olaf going in here. It's going to pop the final slash, trying to get 2 down, but has to retreat just for now. Oh, nice dodge coming out from the Lunox, resetting that all-out second skill. It's not going to be enough to get out. Lancelot coming in with the Thorn Rose, going to do so much damage here. Nice Tempest of Blades coming out from Gerald Cho, doing quite a lot of damage, but Lancelot's doing way more. He's going to get a double kill on Ling before he falls down, but 69 Shiny has one of his own. It is a 4-for-2 trade.
Definitely, and from the clutches of Khalid, Bankrushing, which will we see that blast cannon coming through. Hayabusa just popping in the second skill, going into the base. Oh my word, Layla, so much damage. Monster kill coming in from Layla. Feather Shot coming in from Father. Onto Black Skywalker. Will I be able to escape this? Yes, she does. But now, jump.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. This is Wayland here with Lotus, aka the Blushing Menace, as we bring you the 3rd game of the evening. It's Immortal Order up against G7 Esports. This one is gonna be a battle to note. What are your feelings here?
To be honest, I am excited. A bit nervous, but I mean, these two are both amazing teams and strong teams. The way that G7 held up against Equilibrium, so putting them versus Immortal Order, imagine all the entertainment, the drama, the action, all of it.
Yeah, the suspense as well. I hope everybody is on the edge of their seat. We will be heading into the drafting phase right now.
Shroomsy with the first ban for the side of Immortal Order. Immortal Order on the left side, G7 Esports on the right side. Tensions are high, I mean. But after all, it is only the first day of the Group H. So, both teams still have several chances right now before having to worry about being table toppers or losing out on the rest of MSA.
Yeah, it's all to play for in these group stages. We have, just so you viewers at home do know, there's 4 teams in every group and only 2 get to qualify for the knockout round.
But these teams can definitely do it. All of these teams do have the potential. But Kimmy getting banned out on the side of Immortal Order, Tian banned out from the side of G7 Esports. I mean, in the previous match of Immortal Order versus Hexcore, seeing Angelic Fairy on the Zitian, naturally you would want to ban out the Zitian.
Yeah, definitely. It was very well combined, that Fury of the Phoenix with the Minoan Fury. The double Fury there. Didn't even realize. We were saying it for so long. Fury of the Phoenix to the Minoan Fury. It was like Moonton was hinting at us that those two combine very nicely.
Fury and Fury. Kalea banned off from the side of G7, but Immortal Order locking down the floor and making sure she cannot enter this match. I mean, we saw G7 versus Equilibrium and they were using the floor. That floor helped them stay alive for a lot longer.
Yeah, especially with the damage output that's coming through from Equilibrium in that first match.
Exactly. So post Van Malone getting the next ban, then G7 Esports will also get banned, and then finally we get to see what these teams will be picking and in what direction they want their gas to go.
The bans, I think, they do give us a bit of an idea, but it's only a bit. Because a lot of the bans that come through are heroes that you don't really want to face up against because they're kind of difficult to draft against right now. That's the very definition of meta.
Sure, I mean, one of those very difficult heroes to draft against getting banned out, the hero Uranus.
Even though the Uranus hasn't been picked up all that much in these games, and in some of the games over previous groups hasn't been banned out all that much as well. I think we've been speaking about this hero for so long. I think from the start of the MSA Cup group stages, from day 1, Group A, and we're down to the last group. This is the penultimate day of the group stages, Lotus.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, penultimate. Second to last. Tomorrow's the last. Group stage is over.
The fact that we're already at group H for so time went a lot quicker than I expected.
Time did go a lot faster. But as they say, time flies when you're having fun. So Angelic Fury picking up a hero that she's known to play very well in that Vexana. And it looks like Jojo wants to go for the Sicilian just to try to outrange the Vexana.
Both these two heroes are actually very strong in their own respective aspects because Sicilian has AoE, he has CC coming out from the Sanguine Claws, and then just that ability to stack through the entire game, and then he gets his Fire Spike around, 8 minutes? Or just a little bit later than that. But Vexana has stun, she has CC, and then also that travel long damage thanks to her Nether Curse.
I'm not the only one bound by these chains.
So she does have like a Vexana has the early game over a Sicilian, but Sicilian's scaling is unbelievable. I mean, you get a fed Sicilian and base defense is just easy.
True. But Phoveus getting picked up by Naira, I think that's how you pronounce it. Phoveus is one of those monsters on the XP lane right now as well.
I wouldn't put him in the S tier, but most definitely an A tier kind of pick with the Phoveus. Jake's here hovering around that X-Borg. I'm not sure about an X-Borg into a Phoveus, because Phoveus has their ability to take down the Frog armor. And also escape a lot of the damage that comes out from the last Insanity.
True, so the X-Borg might also be a flex pick because we also know that Immortal Order likes using it on the jungle as well.
Yeah, agreed. Cape Town Rocks, I would agree with you. It's going to be a very tense mid to late game based on the draft that we can see so far, but a lot of the other picks coming through we're going to have to see. As Lotus did mention, X-Borg is a bit of a flex pick right now. So if we're uncertain XP, we're uncertain jungle, it depends on the rest of the picks coming through from the side of G7. They go for that ever so deadly right now, Lancelot. So Lancelot is going to prove to be a counter to both the Brody and the Vexana. So Teal there those will be his two targets. I mean, typically, right, an assassin's going to target a mage and a marksman, but you do want that assassin to have the ability to outplay them.
True, because sometimes you can't always just put your targets on, is it a mage or a marksman? Because you get mages like Lydia that can go through all of Lancelot's damage and still come back healthy just by pressing her ult. So yeah, but Vexana is much less mobile than a Sicilian. So she's quite easy to target as a Lancelot.
Agreed. So the pick here coming through quite clever. I see Postpone Malone has locked onto the Inspire spell on a Brody. Interesting, shall I say. I mean, we're not completed with the drafting phase just yet, so who knows what the spells are going to be. The Badang ban coming in from G7. That Badang combination with the Vexana and the Xborg is a very deadly combo, so I'm liking the Badang ban coming in. And, well, Harith being banned out from the side of Immortal Order, they know that Poiso from the side of G7 is very good on that Harith, so a little bit of a respect ban also could play part of their strategy, because maybe they don't want to go for that hardcore lockdown onto Harith, because I mean Harith has extreme mobility. You need to have some hardcore lockdown onto him.
True, and CC, one of the heroes that we always see Jakes play, getting banned out from the side of G7.
Yeah. Agreed. So, Mr. Wick, the timing for Brody, he does have that second skill dash away, so he can have the potential to just stun out the Lance as he's going in, but Lance he's got so many engage and disengage skills. He just needed that a little bit of adjustment in the jungle. It's not that there was a change to him. It was the timing on the jungle and the fact that there is an extreme difficulty now in jungle invades. Though I know the first game where we saw Equilibrium, it didn't seem to be the case. But jungle invading right now is not the general way to go. So that's why Lancelot is just back into the picture once again. So Poisol here looks like he's going for the Granger pick up against the Brody. Lotus, what do you think about that particular matchup here? Granger into a Brody. Could work.
Well, I do know it could work, but I do know that some people say that Brody is the counter to the Granger. I mean, his ult has a lot more range than the Granger's ult. But let's see. I just hope that Postman Malone realizes about the Inspire, because I suspect it came from a Brawl game. But hopefully you changed it.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, right? Once Granger has that first skill that's very good against low mobility heroes, and Brody does not have the greatest movement speed. He does have some decent range on his attacks, so it's going to be, I would say, a little bit of a 50-50-ish battle. But I am loving the YSS pick here. So Shroomsy going for his signature Tigreal. So he does love the Tigreal play, the same with Angelic on that Vexana, so that's quite a nice combo that they have. But the counter pick coming in from Supernova with the super counter here. It's a Kai, and it's a Kung Fu Panda Kai. I don't know how much you like the Kung Fu Panda series there, Lotus, but I quite enjoyed Kung Fu Panda.
I never watched it.
You never watched Kung Fu Panda? Really? What were you doing in your childhood? Oh, you were teasing the people about not touching grass. What were you doing? Not touching Kung Fu Panda. Just put it on the TV.
Touching grass. Although from G7 Esports there isn't much, shall we say, set potential coming in from their draft, they do seem to have somewhat teamfight capabilities, especially with the Sicilian paired with the Phobias. And if the Kai can manage to pin some of Immortal Order's members into a wall, maybe they could also make that work.
Well, the Kai pick is there to deal with the Tigreal's implosion play. It's the hard counter to Tigreal. So the way G7 have drafted, instead of going for full-on teamfight combinations, they decided to go for the counter to Immortal Order's teamfight composition. So this is going to be a bit of a tough one for the side of Immortal Order, because they have to be very, very, very patient when it comes to deciding when to go in. That Kai pick changed quite a bit. So quick rotations here from Angelic Fury and Shroomsy. The Poisol staying safe for the most part. Knows that he's going to be slightly outranged on the Granger. There's the flicker play, second skill. Oh, but the counter flicker from Poisol. So manages to get himself to safety. Shroomsy being poked down. Supernova into the mix just to zone away, making sure that he's going to stay safe. But Sicilian, meanwhile, building the stacks up here in the mid lane.
The way that the Granger moved, it looked like he knew exactly what Shroomsy was going to do, and knew what to do to counter it.
Yeah, nice fast fingers coming in there from Boyzal on that Granger. I mean, to land that flicker second skill onto a Granger, your timing needs to be exquisitely perfect, because Granger does have 2 escape abilities here with the flicker being available. So it's that second skill dash and the flicker.
Alright, now both teams are still just poking each other, not committing to kills or anything just yet. I mean, Turtle is up in a few, and the discipline coming out from the...
Yeah, so there's the combination play onto the guy. He's so low. First blood goes away for YSS. YFS so strong right now. Nice combo coming through from the side of Immortal Order as they get the pick off. Cape Town Rocks, I'm glad you are enjoying the live stream. We do put a lot of work into this. Sometimes goes a little bit unnoticed, but I thank you for the compliment. Inside being started up. Yeah, he's just doing a good job zoning. I will agree with you there. You just wanted to compliment him? You just wanted to compliment him. I know. It's supposed to be unbiased commentary here.
This isn't biased. Should I say he did that just to stay unbiased?
So, Immortal Order, they've got to... they're put between their teeth, showing the necessary patience. Got a 1k goalie. There's a combination onto the guy. Heavy spin comes out, but used defensively. That camp there from the side of Immortal Order, exactly what they needed. So they know no heavy spin. The implosion play can come online. They can put a lot of pressure here. Shroomsy taking up an advanced position here. Throws out a skill. So pulling the small camp away. There's the engagement. YSS, the pullback onto the Akai. Sanguine Claws keeps him safe. Lance goes in. There's the implosion play catching onto 2. What an implosion play into the mountain. Shocker jungle invade continues. Immortal Order really piling the pressure on here in this early game. Oh, but the chase is on. Brody with the Tronopot memory underneath the turrets and poise. Oh, back on how do we say this? Long drop with a short stop. You know what that means, Lotus?
Yes.
Left eye, hang out to dry, sent back to the base.
Okay, that was a bit terrible, but that was so cleverly done.
Flicker Flake comes out from the Granger. Heavy spin has been committed. Tigreal doesn't have the implosion play, but YSF, he's dishing out the damage. He gets a kill, but Granger returns fire. Oh my god, no, it's actually the Lancelot. I thought he was going to get the kill, but look at that from the Brody. He just walked in Tornaport memory and is like, bye-bye, Granger, we'll see you in the base.
Bye. There might be a Backstreet Boys squad, but I'm waiting for a squad with the name NSYNC.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll see one soon. X, I thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate when you guys enjoy what we do. Oh, poke damage onto Tigreal. Just a second skill back to a bit of safety here as the Ironside has been started off. Lance goes in, just trying to get the pull in. Nairo trying to position for his team. The Phobius could be a bit of a game changer. A lot of damage happening onto the Kai. Knock up onto the Tigreal. Phobius, he is taking... Oh, the Tronopot memory comes through. Akai, shield from the second skill. But the turtle fight is happening. There's the Xbox. He's dishing out the damage. Does have that final lost insanity, but doesn't want to commit it just yet. It's Shroomsy. Second skill onto the turret. It's the Eternal Guardian comes out as it's gonna be kills are plenty all across the map. This could potentially be mid lane turret being taken down. Granger trying to trade it off here. There's 1 minion. Oh, what a play from Angelic Fury on that Vexana, pulling in her mini lord to help secure the objective. Oh, and Captain Rocks, if you get spanked on the wrist by a Nightbot, Nightbot's just there for the laughs and giggles, you know? It's a bit of a troll. Kind of like a Lotus.
Nightbot should be honored for that comparison, but...
Nightbot should be. Nightbot should be.
But... It's a 6-minute mark and it's 8-1 in the favor of Immortal Order, and they managed to secure a 5,000 gold lead.
They've been putting a lot of pressure across the map, moving as oh, thank you, draws onto 2. There's the heavy spin, traps up the YSS. Will we see the follow-up? Yes, we do. Lance takes down the YSS. Muffin is taking up with the last 2 standing to the backline. There's a pick-up. Can we see? Oh my goodness, there's so much of engagement here. 2 damage dealers still left alive. Shroomsy trying to walk it. Oh my goodness, what a concealed play from the man. The concealed play of a lifetime. He managed to get himself out from the clutches of Lance. That was like forward, back, dash. Oh, the stun comes out from the Brody. He's gonna try to time that. Oh my goodness, nice play from Teal. Quick, fast fingers. He timed that torn apart memory so well. Dodged it, did the damage, and escaped with just a sliver of HP. What are these outplays, Lotus?
All I know is they are crazy. That Lancelot was almost caught by Angelique Fear if it wasn't for his quick quick use of the second skill.
Agreed. Crossed fingers indeed. Third and final iron side secured here by the side of Immortal Order. G7 Esports in a lot of pressure. There's the Akai. He's in the front line, but he's taking damage. He doesn't have the full overheat onto him, so Xbox with not full set of frog armor yet decides to disengage. Immortal Order staying very, very disciplined right now.
I mean, right now that is what Immortal Order needs. If they lose the discipline, they could lose the game. That is why Mobile Legends is such an intricate game, to be honest, because you can't play just by pressing buttons, you have to think.
Oh, there's the Eternal Guardian coming out from the Vexan. A lot of poke damage. They torn apart memory from the Brody. Not enough to finish the Akai as pressure is being placed all across the map. There's a jungle invade. Lance tries to go in to try to secure his blue buff, but nothing doing. There's a lane cut from Phobius in the bot lane, but we're just going to focus on the mid lane battle for now. It's still, oh, there's going to be the engagement here onto the Phobius. Pops the Vengeance as a Muffin saying, yeah, do you know the Muffin man? And wants to continue this particular engagement. Super Mario trying to dodge the damage, but Muffin, he doesn't care. He's going in, gets the kill. Although the turret did fall.
But you can't always expect the turrets to last forever, especially when you were too focused on the team fight sometimes, and then someone else would capitalize on that and split push, which is what the Phobius did.
Yeah. But sometimes if you stay a little bit too long, you know, I've been raving about Shady for, well, the longest time. Though I'm going to say this even though it's going to sound... I know he's not in the game, he did play earlier. I'm just saying this because it's true. He has the best timing of anybody I've seen here on our SA server for knowing when to push and when to retreat. His timing is like near perfect.
I would agree with you on that. Sheesh. I would agree with you on that, but the first lord... I think the first load of the game spawning up, it's been so much action, I'm surprised it's only been 9 minutes.
Yeah, so the frog in the throat caught Lotus, but you know, could be a fairy tale moment. You can get the frog out, kiss the frog, turns into a prince. You never know.
Yeah, I do not like princes, but let's get to the team fight.
Yeah, Raw being taken up. Lancelot with the steal in the backline, and he manages to get out. The team fight continuing in here. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange. It's continuing to fight. It's gonna be a 4-for-1 exchange. Only Sicilian left alive just manages to recall. So the Lord will potentially give the side of G7 Esports the time to fight another day, because they do have this late game scaling Jojo on that Sicilian. Is going to be definitely one to watch out for. He's going to have to try to reposition. Oh, but the turn upon memory with the follow-up first kill from the Brody. Mega kill for Postpone Malone.
Well played from Lancelot when he took the Lord, but sometimes it's a waste if you take the Lord but you lose the majority of your team. And right now, just as Sicilian's team comes back, he goes back to the base.
Yeah. So Lord being not being able to achieve much. Rian X as well, we hope to see you on the stream too. Shroomsy taking a lot of damage. Heavy spin puns him to the wall. Detsunato coming in, draining in Hellfire, sending Shroomsy straight back to the base. Torn apart memory from the Brody, just not enough to secure that kill onto the Akai. He walks it off.
These Brody torn apart memories, once he gets a little bit more items, they're gonna start to end everyone.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. With those pick-off play there, G7 Esports showing that they are not without bite in this heading into the late game right now. Though Immortal Order have a significant gold lead, I would say. But still, anything can happen. They are doing quite a nice job of freezing the lanes. They don't want to allow G7 Esports. Oh, there's the engagement here onto the Xbox. Still has the frog arm off. Shroomzy has to be a bit patient. Just can't go in with that implosion play. There's the stuns. There's a heavy spin to counter the implosion play, but the last insanity comes out. Heavy spin forcing everybody away. The conceal play is in the mix. Phobius, he's trying to frontline for everybody. Super Mario, yeah, up and down as dance goes in. Oh, he's out at the tower. Oh my goodness, the Bat's Beast. It's gonna be another pickup kill. Will we see Shroomzy being taken out? Sanguine Claws on point. That's another kill. YSS, he's into the mix. He manages to get one in return. The timing from the 2 damage dealers. Phobius pumps the vengeance. Brody stuns him up. He does have the ability to melt him down. Will we see it? Yes, we do. Lance wants to go in. He's trying to attack, but Brody with the basic attack. The timing, postpone Malone and Muffin coming in clutch for their team.
Did you see that Winston coming out from the Brody just as Lancelot was about to kill him, but he used that Winston just on time.
Yeah, this is a winning angle. A guy's gonna try to take down the... Oh my goodness, they snuck it. They won the team fight. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Muffin and Postpone Malone with that absolutely clutch play in the mid lane. Not just winning the team fight for their team, ending the game. Shocker. Absolute shocker.
And that shocker was created especially with the use of the mountain shocker. I was worried when I saw Yi Sunshin and Brody on the top lane while their teammates were getting decimated. But then they came in, finished everyone off, and managed to take down the objective, which was the base.
Yeah. Well, this game definitely lived up to the billing. I had those intense moments, outplays. I mean, that mid lane battle, how exciting was that, Lotus?
That was awesome. But the Lance plays, the way that the Lancelot player just used his character the entire time, and the Thorn Rose, all of it was crazy.
Yeah, I agree. That, as you say, the Thorn Rose, when he went in for that Vexana underneath the turret, was like, dead. And then you thought, okay, this is the moment G7 turns it around. I didn't expect the 2 damage dealers to come in so late, but I mean, you think about it. It's 2 damage dealers. It's late game. They've got their items. The skills were being used. Everyone was low. They came in clutch. They wiped out. Akai was left forced back, and with 1 minion, just 1 minion, they ended the game.
But that was also an advantage that they also had by having 2 marksmen, because Yi Sunshin is half assassin, half marksman. So he also had that attack speed to help the Brody take the base down so quickly.
Yeah. That's very, very, very true. But as exciting as the first game was, 86% of the viewers have voted Immortal Order to be their potential victors for this game. We are going to be heading really soon into the next drafting phase. This is going to be a cracker, as Mr. Wick is claiming the #1 fan spot there. He's the top fan of the evening. And so just so you know, everybody, if you want to get into the top fan or the fan spot, it's all about how many comments and also these emotes that you can spam. They all add to the XP. Super chats, super stickers also help, right? Though I'm not saying this so that you can give your super anything, right? I'm just saying that that's how the XP works. But anyway, we will be heading into the drafting phase right now, and we do have Zetian as the first ban.
Well, I mean, after seeing Angelic Fury's Zetian, I think G7 Esports is like, okay, whenever we play against Immortal Order, Zetian has to be that perma ban. Especially because Immortal Order has a lot of, when you look at all the matches, they use that team fight draft, or whatever draft they go, there's always this setup potentials. So as Zetian works in the majority of those
They
types of
call me a
drafts.
hero.
Exactly.
Because I saved
And she
my
does give
nation
that
from falling
global
apart.
presence in terms of the vision from her ultimate. Makes it very difficult to gank or set up for anything.
True, but Yi-Sun Shin also getting banned off from the side of G7 Esports. That Yi-Sun Shin in the previous match, absolutely diabolical. But Kimmy getting banned from the side of Immortal Order.
Muffin doing an extremely good job there in that game. A combination between him and Brody, absolutely on point towards the end. That was just absolutely clutch. That one, and I think the Flicker Minoan Fury into 5, definitely two clippable moments there.
Let's make the whole world green and lively.
That is true, but I see what you're actually secretly doing is giving extra tasks for the people that do the clipping work.
Of course. Why can't we kill two birds with one stone? I'm not sure where that expression came from. Why are we killing the birds? And why with stones? I don't know, but it's just the expression.
Well, I mean, before they had bows and arrows, they probably only knew how to throw stones.
Possibly. But a bird, how much meat you gonna get from a bird?
It was probably once in a blue moon event.
And yet it became an expression. Who knows? But anyway, back to the banning. It's the Florin and Hayabusa bans coming through.
Well, I mean, no one wants to deal with the Florin, especially in this current sustained meta. And Hayabusa is just always, if he's not in the meta, he's still on the S tier.
Definitely agree. Cape Town Rocks, I'm glad you're happy to see the SA flag flying high. We're all proud South Africans. Hopefully. Oh yes. For those of you tuning in at home, we've been officially been given permission to stream the IESF games. So we're going to be watching Team South Africa during the course of the week. Both the men's and women's team for Mobile Legends. We're going to be seeing them on the grand stage as they compete against the other countries in Africa. Towards the end of the stream, we will tell you about the schedule so you can tune in to watch that.
So it's gonna be a lot of action for this next week upcoming, also paired with the current action that we've been having for this weekend as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. We will be focusing this next week for those of you who love gaming as a whole. We've got some PUBG tournaments coming up on Monday and Wednesday. We've got the IESF throughout the course of the week, and we'll be back with the MSA in the following week. But that's enough about our schedule. Into the draft, we should try to stick, Lotus. I know sometimes we tend to go off topic because we don't have Scarp, Skinkle, and Shroomsy to keep both of us in line here. We do our own thing.
They make sure that we don't go off topic so that they can go off topic.
Yeah, they just want to sing, that's all. But I'm listening to both of them sing. I hope they hear this in the stream. I'm definitely thinking of investing into auto-tune.
Let's fight to our heart's content.
Do you disagree with me, Lotus?
It's safe to say no comment. I mean, I know you would say the same about my singing, so I'd rather not say anything.
Yeah. So, Muffin going for that Lucas pick and Angelic Fury locking onto the Xavier. They seem to have done. Ooh, Gojo with the Fasa. This is a lovely pick into a Xavier and a Lucas as well. That burst damage range. And it can combine really nicely with the avatar of Guardian from the Ghetto.
Payback time.
And the thing about Farsa, the best thing about Farsa is also her mobility and that fast wave clearing speed with her second skill. So she can easily and quickly rotate to help the jungler or anyone that's in need.
That's true. So, question for you from the live chat, Lotus. What are your top 3 mages right now? And yes, Mr. Wick, you called it right. Lotus is a mage main. How did you know that? Is it because she's a girl? As I throw shade at every female Mobile Legends player ever.
Well, you're not wrong about it because
I'm sorry.
well, you're not wrong about it, but I think players like Juju would take a bit of offense to that.
I, Minotaur, will finish
Well,
off
you
what
get
was left
male and
undone.
female mage players, but anyway. Once we get into that loading screen, Mr. Wick, Lotus will answer the question for you of her top 3 mages. Shroomsy going for that Minnow that we saw him set a really clutch plays with, and Teal, a Lance in the last game, very deadly.
Like we mentioned earlier, that those Lancelot plays were crazy, and how quickly he was reacting, responding, and thinking ahead with his skills and when to use them. It was a masterpiece to watch. But seeing our Shroomsy once again on the Minotaur and imagining all the sets that can come out from it, this is also going to be one more amazing match.
Agreed. This Harrod ban from Immortal Order, though, clutch ban. It was definitely a potential pickup. Works in very nicely with the Deadly Airstrike. Because when he throws down that Zabin Force, it slows everyone down and allows Farsa to from range dish it out even more.
Works that way, then he would probably also work well with an Eve, wouldn't he?
Yes. Though Eve, the one issue with Eve right now is, I mean, she's strong, and I do love her because I'm a huge fan of the slow as a CC, as a crowd control effect. I think it's so underrated. The slow, because I mean, what do you use to counter it? Sprint, and are you really going to be using sprint in every hero to counter the slow effects? So there isn't really much counter for it, except for tough boots, which gives you that 30% CC reduction. But other than that, it's not really anything special for us to worry about. So slow effects are huge, can work nicely, but just Eve is so susceptible to backline diving.
It's true, so you need someone that can be able to defend her, but that makes also the defender put him in a role where he could be useful somewhere else.
Yeah.
But Atlas also getting better to the side of Immortal Order. I like the hero. He's like Pelé on steroids when it comes to the ultimate, but he's vulnerable.
Is the
He
proof
is.
that I'm still
And
but
easy
that-
to see.
Yeah, exactly. But he's it's a bit of a respect ban onto Supernova's Atlas. So Supernova's an Atlas main, and so they are respecting that Immortal Order and not wanting to give him something that can combine with the Feathered Airstrike, the Avatar of Guardian, and I keep forgetting Lance's ultimate name. Something Thorn Rose.
I think that's what it's called. Rika always calls it that. So.
Yeah. They just call that Thorn Rose. Alright, so postpone Malone. Is this gonna be a Roger Gold? No, he's going
I
for
think that's gonna.
he's going for one of the meta picks in the Aerodel. Good pick that.
I mean, Roger works on the gold lane. We have seen Madagascar do it, but there is I don't know, he feels somewhat of a handicapped in the gold.
Yeah. Well, carry up against the Aerodel, I would say Aerodel would have the easier time. And I do agree that there is no counter to the Farsa right now from the side of Immortal Order. So I think we're going to be looking at a Yuzong into the mix for the side of Immortal Order. I mean, if they're really going to be preparing for this, a Yuzong would be perfect to the lineup they have.
I do agree with you there, but Supernova does pick up the Matilda. But would Immortal Order have the Yuzong into their arsenal, or do they maybe have even other ideas?
Yeah. Maybe they have, but they're taking their time. Mr. Wick, Lucas's ultimate is fairly long. Though he has that crazy amount of sustain in the early part of the game. So he's one of those early game kind of heroes that allows you to snowball a little bit. So when you're going to be playing aggressively, yes, it could potentially work, but no, I would agree with you. Lucas is not what we call a top tier jungler. He's maybe at best, I would say, A rank. He's definitely not in the S tier. But if I have to place Lucas anywhere, I would say he's a kind of a B rank jungler. Because although he has that nice early game, he drops off kind of hard. His jungle clear is not the fastest, and well, he's very susceptible to stuns. So Lotus, your top 3 mages.
Okay. So it would definitely be Sicilian, but I think that's a given for all of the viewers. Then Farsa, and for third mage, I'm a big fan of Lilia, so I'll go with that one. It's either Lilia or the Chang'e.
Yeah. Lilia I would rate very highly, especially into this sustain meta that we're dealing with. She has that potential to really poke down the sustain hero, so as they're trying to sustain, she's just constantly dishing out the damage. But we're heading into this match. This is the second game in a best of 3. Immortal Order have drawn first blood, but G7 had the opportunities to actually win the game themselves. So let's head into this second game and see who's going to be taking it.
I'm loving this Lancelot skin.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually.
So both teams are starting on the same side when it comes to jungle clearing. My eyes are gonna be probably on this Aerithal versus the carry. I mean, these are two extremely good heroes, extremely broken in the late game, but I think Aerithal scales quicker than the carry does.
Yeah. Aerithal does scale. Oh, there's a nice stun coming from the Minnow, second skill from the Lancelot as they secure the litho for their side. That's the thing about a Lance. He's so difficult to out-retry. And the way Teal has been playing, Teal does have those fast fingers on the retry.
That is true. So Immortal Order, if they want to make sure that he doesn't steal their farm or any objectives, they would definitely have to make sure that he is completely zoned out before even thinking about going for the objective.
Yeah, agreed. Most definitely agreed. So full 4-man from the side of Immortal Order. They went for a bit of an aggressive play here. As we are watching the Matilda just stick around with the carry, just to keep the carry safe for the most part. Muffin wants to go in here. There's a second skill coming in. He's waiting very patiently. He's opting from going in. Maybe he's going to try and take the gold crab. He is. Will be poked down a little bit, but secures the gold crab while his team, the XP laner and Rome for the side of Immortal Order, look at the pressure they're putting in here. They're not allowing Teal to get to that level 4. Oh, there's the engagement onto the Ruby. She's trying to sustain through all of this. She gets the armor offended at just the right time. We see the blast underneath the tower. Oh, Lance with the second skill. How did he avoid that? That was like some Ultra Instinct Goku stuff there from Teal. Kept himself alive, but this does give the opportunity to Immortal Order to secure this objective. Dawning Light comes out from the Xavier. There's the stunner. There's the Avatar of Guardian into the backline, but doesn't land on Xavier. This is what the Aerithal does. Aerithal with the rotation, making everybody disengage, run away, and should be able to set up for another kill. So it's 2 kills and the turtle going the way of Immortal Order. That split there between Shroomzy and Jake's beautifully done as they put the this was the reason why Lance wasn't meta for a long time. You put pressure on him in the jungle and he's gonna have a huge problem.
And the way they got him so low, making sure that he has to recall so he can't even try to even retry still.
Exactly. So there's the invade going on. Invading, as we know, is a bit dangerous, but Shroomsy does have that Minoan Fury up. They're waiting for Xavier. Dawning Light does come out. Oh, there's the Minoan Fury. Knocks up only onto one. The follow-up is in there. As Lucas did manage to secure... I'm saying Lucas. Lucas didn't manage to steal the buff from the Lancelot. He secured it.
Even if he didn't steal it, he did put pressure, and sometimes when you're stuck so much trying to even get to your own jungle, it takes longer to get to all the other jungle creeps or buffs that you need, just slowing you down.
So Ruby in a 2v1 situation, Shakes flickers back. Meanwhile, we switch across the map. Killing spree for this NFL. Postpone Malone is getting fed very, very early on. Mr. Wick, to answer your question, there was an update on Minnow, but that was, I think, a patch or two ago. I could be mistaken. There's the engagement. Carry on to the turret. She doesn't have the ability to escape. Mega kill going the way of Erythel, and she's going to be eating up the gold. Meanwhile, there's another pick-off kill in here as they okay, no, there was a lot of pressure just being placed in here, forcing the boss up back. It looks like... Oh, when do you see a marksman catch a wave? Like, really?
But we have seen Postpone Malone in the XP lane before, so it's the XP lane genes coming out.
yeah. Well, he had the opportunity. I'm not saying it was incorrect. It was a correct thing to do. It's just not often you get to see a marksman do stuff like that. It's just going to show, oh, look at the setup. Unstoppable for the Erythel. She doesn't care. Forces the flicker out from the carry. Creates the space. Dawning Light from the Xavier once more. The jungle invade is on. They want to put more pressure. There's the stun. There's the Minoan Fury. Knock up onto the Lancelot. Will we see him try to escape? He uses the Thorn Rose. Tries to escape, but the engagement onto the Fossa takes her down. Immortal Order saying, no. No Fossa counter? What no Fossa counter? We're just gonna put pressure.
And the two side lanes first tier turrets will be taken down by the side of Immortal Order.
Yeah, Ruby once again in an
Potentially the
engagement.
mid-tier turret as well.
Yeah. There's the mid lane turret, so all the tier 1 turrets have been taken down. Immortal Order putting pressure. There's the stun into the bush by Shroomsy. He wants to go in for the invade. Lucas put the stuns, but he's underneath the turret. Will he get the heals? Yes, he does. Erythel dishing out the damage to revitalize coming from the Gato, but it's godlike for the Erythel.
This Erythel getting fed so early in the game. This is potentially a lot of trouble for the side of G7 Esports, and they are already feeling that trouble coming in. The first Lord of the game, no. We're still with the turtles, but so much action and so much aggression coming out from the side of Immortal Order already.
Yeah, look at this. It's a tier 2 turret almost being taken down here in the bot lane. They opt against pushing for it completely. They are creating the space, however, for Erythel to try and take down a tier 2 turret herself. The invade's going on. There's the engagement. Minoan Fury, knock up with the flicker onto everybody to follow up. It's gonna be true taken down here. Erythel, she is in a 1v2 situation, but let's see, can she deal out the damage? Oh, there's the Thorn Rose! The Thorn Rose comes through, shut down for Teal. That's quite a bit of gold going his way. But with that, we should be able to see maybe a tier 2 turret falling here. It was a 1-for-2 exchange overall, going in the favor of Immortal Order, as the third and final Ironside is up.
But right now, G7 Esports do have the potential to turn the tides. They would just now have to play with a lot of discipline and avoid getting caught out by Immortal Order. Because with Immortal Order playing this aggressively, maybe they'll make an overextension, and G7 will have to keep their eyes open.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be leaving the Ironside. They want to leave it to go for the 8-minute Lord. They are sensing the opportunity to end it quick. I mean, when you have this kind of a gold lead as you were mentioning, you don't want to let your foot off the throat of the enemy, shall we say, to use that particular expression. You want to go for the kill. So as you can see, the discipline being shown by Immortal Order, they've been really checking the timer. It's just another 10 seconds to go. Ironside will turn into a roar, and this would give them the opportunity to like crash in, hopefully take some tier 3 turrets. That's what they'd be thinking.
But the two junglers were just battling it out here in the bottom lane. But the thing is, Immortal Order would also want to end quickly because once this carry starts coming online, that would also put them in a difficult position, and that is something you want to avoid.
Yeah, that carry power spike is something you can. It's really deadly. So Jake's doing a nice job for the side of Immortal Order, just zoning away. He's gonna get the. I mean, Ruby is so hard to kill in the first place, right? With the Minnow next to a Ruby, it's just almost unkillable. It's like having permanent immortality.
And now, with the items that she's also building, let's see. Oh, it's surprising she didn't go for. She doesn't have a lot of items right now. I would have expected her to go a bit for more defensive items.
Yeah, well, wants to try to get the power spike early. It is kind of difficult with the amount of pressure that they've been placed on. I mean, Irithel's already 3 complete items, and it's Harsh Claw's Malefic Gun and the Berserker's Fury. Berserker's Fury is a big item. That's a huge power spike for the side of Immortal Order with the Irithel picking that up. So there's the potential, the shields are still up, right? That's in favor for G7 Esports. It can buy them a little bit of time. As we'll see, one shield being popped here. The shield here in the bot lane was popped a little bit earlier. So the Roar being pulled very nicely by Nairo. They don't want to let it charge up and crash in. There's the charge, there's the crash in Irithel, locking onto the base. Oh, Flicker Arm offended into the Minoan Fury. 4 damage. It's gonna be 4 down. It's only Gatto, no Gatto. Team wipe. This is it. Immortal Order, one clutch set. What a play from the Ruby, setting it up for the team.
Victory!
My. That Ruby. Like, you're looking at the Lord, and next thing you know, Ruby is just jumping in front of everyone, catches 3 or 4, setting the team up for victory.
Yeah, amazing. So with that, Immortal Order have booked themselves. I mean, you just need 2 victories. They've booked themselves their place in the knockout stages of the MSA Cup. We're going to have to see tomorrow which teams are going to be joining them. It's Equilibrium with 1 win on the board so far. So they're going to be hoping just to seal 1 more victory. And maybe they will be playing Immortal Order. We'll also get to see who's going to be crowned top of the log for this Group H. It's the final teams that need to go through to see who's going into the elimination stages, which will be coming up not in this coming week, the week after that. So we'll be heading into August for that. For this coming week, we're going to be having PUBG Monday and Wednesday. We've got a duo tournament and a 4-man scene brought to you by Soulless Bunnies right here on Waylander Gaming. They are the hosts, the organizers of those PUBG tournaments. I'm very, very excited to work with them. They're an excellent bunch of people. Very exciting setup they have going, and the players and the plays and the outplays there in the PUBG scene is one of those edge of the seat kind of moments where you really don't know what's gonna happen next. So the PUBG and IESF, the biggie for Mobile Legends in the Southern African region. We've got a lot of Southern and Central African teams that will be facing up against one another. South African men's and women's team have qualified for this, and notice we're very grateful to have the blessings of IESF and the MSSA to allow. It was the MSSA who did actually organize it for us to actually get to stream the IESF games. So I'm quite excited about that.
Both, and I'm pretty sure all of the viewers would also be excited to see how it all takes place.
Yeah. Agreed. South Africa in South African men's team and the women's team, to be fair, are favorites going into this next leg. But the pressure of a situation, being on the stage, it all comes down to how you perform in that moment in time. But we will be rooting. We are South Africans at heart, so we'll be rooting for our team to win in the IESF. Though when we're doing the casting, notice we're gonna have to try to be as neutral as we possibly can. So I think in terms of us trying to be neutral, we will just fill the entire screen with South African flags, and so we can just cast like normal and everybody knows anyway who we're supporting in this endeavor.
I mean, that could work.
Good work, good work. So what we will have the schedule for the IESF games posted on WhatsApp. I think we'll also have a post here on YouTube. So for those of you who are not part of the WhatsApp or the Discord community, please, if you want to join the Discord community, our Discord guy needs to sort out something there with the link, because I don't know what happens with the link. Every time it just kind of changes. People click on the Discord link in the channel and they cannot get onto the Discord. So we'll get Gets to sort it out. He's our Discord savant. He's the guy who knows everything about Discord. He actually is the one who created the Discord for us in the first place. So if you're on the Discord and you're loving it, then you have Gets to thank for that. But the IESF stuff, like I said, if you can't get into any of the other channels for information, we will have a post set up and running here on YouTube, so you'll be able to check out the post, which means you gotta press that notification bell so you know when things are going to happen. And for those of you who haven't already, press that like, share and subscribe button. It will be wonderful to have you with us as part of this growing community, as I'm watching all the Immortal Order players rock up to the live stream. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Going through to the knockout stages. If you can see, like maybe I'll get the zoom in on Lotus, you get to see some pinkness in the face, because she's so happy and excited that her team has gone through. She was screaming quietly in the background, trying to, you know, those like fist in the mouth kind of moments. You couldn't get to see it. I think next time I'm just going to record it, clip it, and put it on the stream.
Oh, besides, I had faith in my team. I knew they were gonna win, so I didn't have to worry.
Yeah, Shroomsy, I will say that she's saying she had faith in the team, but it did not look like it from the facial expressions that I got to see.
Oh, well, I see what you're doing. You're trying to sow discord.
We are on Discord. We are on Discord. What else? When you know what they say, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. When in Discord, do what the Discord does.
Jokes.
Dad jokes indeed. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in to watch. Lotus, any final words before we end tonight's stream?
Well, tomorrow is going to be the last day of the group stages, so I do hope everyone will be there tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure that it's always those last matches or the last end of the stage that's always the most exciting, because it's the one everyone looks forward to. So no one would want to miss that.
Yeah. Plus we do have Equilibrium in a double feature tomorrow, and we do know how everyone loves to watch Equilibrium playing. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to watch. As usual, it was not even just a pleasure. This live chat tonight, Lotus, I would say hats off to them if I was wearing a hat, even though this kind of looks like a hat. Oh, it looks more like a wig, doesn't it, Lotus? Oh. No comment. Do you see what I have to put up with, chat? Did you see? You can't even get a compliment out of people these days. It's just the young people. I don't know where the respect has gone. It's gone out the window. I'm joking.
Yes, sir. It looks amazing, sir.
But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. This live chat, I loved all of you guys in the live chat. I hope you are with us always. I have had the most fun on a stream that I've had in such a long time. It was a pleasure casting for all of you. But from myself, Waylander, Lotus, the Waylander gaming team, which if you're here tomorrow, you get to see more of the team. There's some crazy individuals in our team, I will say this. And definitely some individuals who require auto-tune, which we will be sorting out. That's gonna be our next investment on Waylander Gaming. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Catch you on the next stream.